Hey, this is Crow Inquisitors, episode 70. So that's exciting.
Oh, we did it, guys. We failed the objective.
Yes. We did not end the campaign on episode 69. I'm so sorry.
100 more.
I don't think 169 has the same.
No, now we need to do another
ability.
300 and I don't know, whatever gets us to 420. That's the next
420,
number.
Yeah. Well, I doubt we'll get to episode 420 of Crow Inquisitors, but I suppose you can dream. Okay, so when we last left our heroes, they two of them were in heaven, and the other two were in, well, kind of hell. So because if war is hell, then that's what's
all the demons are on the planet, so it's kind of like hell.
That is also true.
That's true.
Yeah. The whole city is full of hell right now. Cool. So we can start wherever. The two things that were kind of happening in the immediate were Cantarius and Dellon were about to go fight some samurai or whatnot. The Chinese equivalent of samurai. Or rather the Chinese analog equivalent to samurai, because they're not really Chinese either,
Right.
And Theo and Alfons were dealing with some gods. The last shot we saw of that was Alfons teleporting in to the heavenly throne room or whatever, the heavenly meeting room, and blocking the sword strike that was going to kill Theo from the god of war. So, wherever you guys would prefer we start, I'm down with either one. The more dramatic thing would be to go straight to the god stuff, but up to you guys. But I guess, you know what, we should do beliefs and instincts. Yeah, I was just remembered that. That'll tell us what they want to focus on this time. Should be straightforward, though. Connor, you have your beliefs pulled up?
Yep.
Cool.
This world is more than blood and gold. I will use the intellectual discipline to clear the obstacles in my path, despite the risks. The world will not end, not on my watch. I will aid Dellon in the battle against Shoei. I am a demon hunter. I have unfinished business with Faustus. I will create an opening so that I can pursue him.
Cool. Very good. And then, Dellon, what are your beliefs?
Sergio may have repented, but the Inquisition is still beyond saving. I will ensure that its leaders are punished and its membership disbanded. My father and Faustus have both thrown their lots behind my nephew. To get to Ipina and Luca, I must find the demon that has claimed them. The mountain before us looms ever larger. I will make sure Cantarius gets out of this battle alive. On my blade of my life, I shall hold the enemies of God at bay. The armies of Shoei have decided to return to my country, so I must prove to them once and for all that they cannot defeat us.
Excellent. And then Alphonse.
My family will always come first. Now that the city is in chaos, I will ensure that my nephew is safe. We must finish this fight so that Lucerta can finally be at peace. I will rally the gods against our enemies. If I lose the orb, it's game over, man. I will survive the encounter with Tanis.
Cool. All right, and then Theo.
I must transcend to sainthood to protect those I love and enact the justice of the one true God. I will strengthen my faith. There is one God, the rest are demons. The patron saints prove themselves to be enemies of God. I will see that they are replaced. I am destined to save the world. I will try to convince the patron saints to help save it one last time before I seek justice for their crimes.
Nice. Or rather, sick someone stronger than them. Stronger than you on them. Dellon, get him. Cool. All right, where do we want to start? You'd like to open us off? Do we want to start in heaven or hell?
Yeah, heaven.
Heaven? Okay, let's do it. So we see Alphons appear, kind of shimmer into life, into the air in this space right before Theo and bring his sword up to block the God of War's fatal strike. And Tanis is just gonna, like, he's shocked by it for a moment. You know what? I guess that's the role we need to make here. I made a character sheet for him.
Like, to determine whether or not he fights you, or is like
Well,
who are you?
I want to roll a
Steel
steel
test.
test to see if he hesitates, because a mere mortal has deigned to come and block his strike. But if he succeeds on his steel test, he's just gonna attack Alphonse.
If he does hesitate, then can we talk to him?
Yes, exactly. All right. I think there is a +1 ob, so he's going to have a hesitation of 3, a total ob for the steel test of 3. He has a white shaded 8 steel, so I doubt this will fail.
So what you're saying is he's not going to fail.
He is not going to fail. He got all of his successes. Because he needs a 1 to actually
no
fail
ones
on the dice. Yeah, no ones. Cool. Yeah. So he doesn't, not phased, which I assumed as much he would be. And just goes in for another swing. And Alphonse, you will have to defend against this one. What do you do? I assume you're just using sword to block it. I cannot hear you.
So, well, I guess my question is, like, what is the end goal? Like, does he have to kill him in order to stop this fight, or?
Can I use persuasion?
We talked about this before we got online here, Jared. You have to defend yourself.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not persuading him.
Mother
Dearest.
Okay, yes, you could do that after you've defended the sword strike that's coming at your head.
I was gonna persuade her to tank the damage.
Well, you're not going to be able to do that. I can guarantee you.
Because it's too hard, or because it's not possible.
Not possible.
Okay. I roll your
who mother who?
Narani's my mother.
Remember?
Narani is what? I didn't hear him.
his mom.
Yeah.
No, I know, but they just
that's what he said. He said "mother dearest."
Mother
dearest. How he's referring to her. Yeah. Adam, I don't know if you saw my Zoom message, but your mic is a little louder than everybody else.
It always readjusts.
Yeah, they might be on your computer itself that it's doing that. Off. Yeah.
It's just not on. I'm not
like with most settings that you turn off in Windows, it doesn't matter that you've turned it on. It just does it anyways.
How about now?
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds better. All right, there we go. I think we got everybody. All right, cool. Jared?
Yeah.
Assume you're blocking?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm attacking. I'm attacking his sword.
I mean, that's something you could do, I suppose.
You're gonna teleport his sword.
That would be wow. If I was teleporting his sword, would I still be rolling against his attack, or?
At that point, we would do a speed test to see how quickly you could. I would probably give you multiple penalties to your roll, to try to see how quickly you could. Because typically, in the art magic rules, magic takes a number of actions equal to the obstacle. And obviously we're not doing action by action here, but still that's not a lot of that's a lot of time in which he could be swinging swords. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's very unlikely that'll work. Right. Not that this is going to be any more likely to work, but here's your obstacle.
Okay.
Obstacle 8.
That's doable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah, can I come help him?
Can I get some help?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right there. With your trident.
Yeah, I mean, if I can, is this guy more or less powerful than the other guy that we killed?
The other guy being the demon guy.
This is probably the most dangerous person that we've seen because he has white stats.
Yeah, so. The other guy was like a corrupted demon host thing, not a full-fledged god in his power. So
Well, I guess we're not trying to kill this guy. We're just trying to not die.
Yes. Yeah.
So it probably won't be as difficult. It'll just be difficult to fight, but intending not to like draw blood or something. Just
you can fight defensively in the fight rules, right? Is that a thing you can do here?
I mean, it's just he just kind of, if he had wises or other skills that would be helpful here in a defensive situation, that's one thing. I don't know if there's any mechanical change if we're just doing a versus test here.
Okay.
Wait, so am I rolling for something? I was just gonna.
No, I was just asking. Are you helping him with Trident?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take 2 dice, Alphonse.
I get 1 for my cool sword, right?
No. We've talked about this before. Superior quality weapons do not just inherently give you extra dice on your roll.
I thought it did in this, but it didn't in the other.
No, it was. I think the only time that's ever happened is I think lightsabers gave you like superior quality lightsaber gave you a die or something.
Are you sure?
The lightsabers were specifically like upgraded in some way that just gave you more dice. But
I was listening to Lords of Hatred recently and do remember you talking about something like this, but I'm almost positive superior quality doesn't just give you an extra die to anything.
Look it up.
If it did, it would probably be in Bloody Versus where it cares about more granular things. But
is this not Bloody Versus?
I don't think it's going to be Bloody Versus. This is going to be like
okay.
You die. Like it's a god swinging at your head. Like I don't know even if it was Bloody Versus, that would still be the result. It would be you took white shaded damage and die. Right.
Is this sword white shade?
Yes, I mean it's a god sword. Yeah.
So I'm dead.
Yeah, if you let him hit you. But you have persona points, which is why I'm confident that I can just swing the sword at your head and you can still survive.
Yeah. Do I get anything for my armor? Or is that a different?
I think that's different. Like a white shaded sword, I don't think it's gonna care about armor. I don't know if there's a mechanical effect.
Well, this is Antonius's armor. It has the soul of one of the 7.
I suppose so. I think it's the 5, but yeah.
I get 5 dice. Okay.
No. If you want to do Bloody Versus instead, we can do that. If you want to get those extra dice for your armor, that's fine with me. I don't
is that better for me or worse for me?
I think he has armor too, so it probably is worse for you. But
if he has white armor, I literally physically can't do anything to it.
I don't think that's how that works. But
well, the armor, I don't even know if shaded armor does anything different. I don't know, but anyways, armor's rolling dice, and then if they get successes, then he ignores all the damage. But if he doesn't get successes, then But I mean, if white armor rolls white dice, then I guess he would pretty much always. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Anyway, you're saying after this we can try and roll for like a persuasion roll, right?
Yes, I'm saying he needs to defend against the sword strike against his head right now.
Is this guy?
We're like, hey, chill, bro. We got. Let me talk. He's like, just like aggressively swinging his sword. Like, whoa, man.
Is he a noble?
He counts.
Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Oh, you are right. Yeah. So armor may only test against weapon of the same or darker shade. Standard armor, for example, won't protect against gray shade weapons.
Yikes.
And gray and white shade weapons do damage. Yeah.
How does it work if you had if I who don't have gray shaded fighting stats or trident, but I had a gray shaded
Let's
weapon?
go.
Nice.
But if I have a gray shaded weapon, how does that work, or what's the likelihood of?
So they're separate, right? So your skill decides what dice you're rolling and how they succeed. Your weapon decides how much damage you do.
Oh, okay.
So if you had a great trident, then assuming that you managed to beat them in the skill roll, you would kill them instantly if they were a normal person.
So you can just be super devastating if you succeed.
Good job, Jared. That's nice.
Yeah, it's like having like a magic sword, right? A magic sword like a shard blade or something from Stormlight. Like you have to be good at it to actually hit them, but once you do, they're dead.
Yeah. Like me, I have for most of the game I've had gray skill and well, all the game and a black weapon, which is to say that I'm a lot more likely to hit, but my damage is just normal. Whereas if it was the other way around, I would be less likely to hit or just as likely as anybody else. But my damage would instantly kill everybody except for the gray shaded people we run into.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons that at some point I would love to do a Stormlight Burning Wheel hack, because shard blades as gray shaded weapons just make so much sense.
Yeah, for sure. That would be really cool.
Okay, do you want to get rid of my wound? I'm spending Persona for this.
You're spending Persona for the scene. Yeah.
I always forget that I have it.
Yep.
I see it.
Just mark that you've spent it there. I will go ahead and take it off for now. There you go.
Woo.
And that goes on health, by the way, when you spend Persona for this.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. So you got a 12 in total. I assume you're spending Fate and Sword because you want to spend Fate and Sword, not because you needed to.
Well, I thought I did more damage.
I think. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think with that you've done the maximum damage possible. Which I don't think really does anything because he has gray shaded armor.
Well, he's not wearing a helmet, so if I roll and hit his head.
Actually, I guess the way this works. Yeah, it doesn't say that armor. It says that it says armor won't protect against weapons lighter than its shade, but that I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that with a black shaded sword he couldn't try to bypass his white shaded armor.
I mean, if he hits a place that isn't armored, then that's different than hitting armor. The idea is that if he hits armor that is above him, it just won't do anything, right?
Well, that's not what it says. It says the only thing it says for armor is armor may only test against a weapon of the same or darker shade. So it's actually implying that you can hit through white shaded armor. It's just that a black shaded armor won't do anything against a gray shaded weapon.
So then, does that mean?
But the dice are white shaded, right?
Okay,
so yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, Alphonse, the roll here was just a versus test. So I don't think you need to spend those fate. This was literally just to block the sword. that was what you're doing.
Dude, I have 39 fate. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Again, you can spend it if you want. I'm just saying, like, technically, it wasn't ever on the table that you were going to try to.
It looks more impressive.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine with me.
It was a clean block. He's just like.
But yeah, so you've managed to block the God of War twice now. One because drama. We wanted to have that moment. But yeah, there's definitely a moment where everyone in the room, all the gods, just like blink, like do the blink meme, the blink gif, and just like, what? And then Alphonse, if you'd like to say something, now is the time.
7 years ago.
So I do the thing where like I kind of like put the sword like tip into the ground and I'm like kind of just like leaning up against it and I'm just like yawning. So Adam, let's get out of here. Why we don't need these.
Alphonse?
Who's this Adam that you speak of?
Oh crap! Yeah. Theo.
He's like, I think Theo looks at Alphonse. He's like, Alphonse, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm so glad you're here.
Never thought you'd say this. Wow, harsh.
Why does that always precede that?
Why do you always say it like that?
No one can ever just say, I'm glad you're here, Alphonse.
Don't think about it too hard, Alphonse.
Yeah, also Alphonse, Theo seems like a ghost.
I wave my hand through him.
Yeah.
So you're saying nothing would have happened if he'd been hit?
No, the white shade sword from the god can hit her ghost.
It's like, I'll explain later. He's just so mesmerized, like, stop. It's just like
Stop doing that.
touching through me. Okay.
Oh, so are these the cowards or that abandoned us? Is that
Indeed,
what's
they
going on
are.
here? Oh, okay.
I need you to persuade them to fight.
Can they all hear this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Like, why? Why do we need a bunch of cowards? We've already killed more demons on our own than any of them have. None of them have killed a demon, right? I assume.
You have no clue how to verify the accuracy of that statement.
Well, they seemed pretty shocked when like they died in the plane, so I'm assuming.
Oh, you mean killed? Yes, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, why do we need these weaklings? We've killed many demons, and one of them. Why do we need these chumps? Here, hop inside me.
I've just run out of ideas.
I give you a wink, like when my back is turned. Like, play along.
Real quick, when you say that, when you say we already killed one of them, right? Atarian, the god of the sun, the guy who you had the armor of, the fake, you pretended you were for a while. Yeah. He frowns deeply and he says, "What do you mean you've killed one of us? What have you done?"
Do I know the name of the one that we killed or that David killed?
No.
Oh yeah, one of your. I don't quite know how the hierarchy works, but I assume one of you guy was dumb enough to get possessed and attack us, and we do what we do, and we killed him.
He just frowns like he doesn't understand. Like he's like, that's not right. Like,
did you not do roll call? Did you not do a godly roll call?
Yeah, I think one of the other gods, it doesn't really matter who, says, like almost defensively, says, there are multiple pantheons on Serragon. We do not all keep tabs on each other.
I mean, I don't I don't know his name, so.
Yeah, we'll say.
Does
I don't
Adam
even know who you are.
Adam, do you know you were there when he died?
Wait.
Does Theo know?
The god, when the god died. I think the only person who made the roll and knew was Cantarius.
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But he didn't like announce who he was?
No.
That's a very god thing to do.
Yeah, well, he didn't seem very godly when you fought him.
He was possessed, wasn't he?
Says his whole surname.
He didn't introduce himself as Zeth's son Villano.
Did he have any symbols on him?
Alfons, you can make a test. It's gonna be harder than the test Cantarius made because he was able to read his soul.
Well, I wouldn't be. This would be Theo making a test.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Theo, you can make a doctrine test to know.
Would it make a difference? Could I even do it?
I think so.
I mean, like at least enough to describe him enough that they'd recognize him. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the goal, I don't think it would be that hard of an ob. Not knowing who he is, but
why is my doctrine gratiated?
Remember, all your skills are gratiated. We've just been marking them one at a time as you use them as gratiated. Because you're like a ghost right now. Yeah, so you're like a gratiated ghost.
Can I have fork and bullcrap wise to help him get through this?
You want to do what?
I want to fork and bullcrap wise to help him get through this.
Sure. Yeah, you can help with bullcrap wise.
You get +1.
I don't know if I have anything else to fork in.
Yeah, maybe not.
Faith.
Yeah, I suppose you could roll faith to help yourself, but I don't know how much time you have. You can fork in foreign doctrine, Theo. Actually, that's actually the skill you're rolling on. Just realized. This because it's a different pantheon, right?
Am I rolling for?
I think you're rolling foreign doctrine and forking in doctrine instead of the other way around.
Oh.
And then you can get help from Jared. Op 3.
Foreign doctrine. It's the exact same, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is, but it's just a different skill that you're rolling on.
The Ob 3.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
What? It's
You can
great.
spend some fate if you'd like. You got 8. Wait, did you gray shade it? No, it is gray shade, yeah. You just didn't get any 3s. All your fillers were 1s and 2s.
So sad.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to spend fate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just 1 dice?
You can spend a 2 if you would like. You can spend it on that 6 and one of the failed dice.
Mm.
And 2 dice against 2 obs is a much better chance than 1 dice against 2 ob.
Wow.
Oof. Oh, hey, you didn't gray shade it. Those were both 3s. So that was actually a success. That was actually 2 successes.
Hey.
Oh, you gray shade the luck because it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You can gray shade that too. I would just, here, let's just mark that now so you don't forget. Yep, cool. So that's a success. Yeah, so Theo, and this is actually something that kind of puts some things into place for you. I think you in particular have a good context to realize something about this god, and it's something that I wanted to tell Cantarius back when you killed the demon thing, and then he resisted the the information entirely. This was he was in one of the Western pantheons. There's a race of people over there called the Ari, who are kind of like tall and willowy, and have like 5 gods that they worship. And I think they're based on the Chinese elements. But they have no relation to the actual Chinese analog in this world. But it's that same setup. It's like fire, wood, water, metal, that sort of stuff. And the god that you guys killed, was Melkadri, the god of fire and the moon. But the extra thing that you know about this god, Theo, because you have foreign doctrine, you've studied the other pantheons, you didn't be able to kill them better, the thing you know about Melkadri is that he was the guy in charge of, and this is, I think, partially just an insight from you being in heaven too, and partially because I just want to tell you because it's cool. It seems unlikely that Theo would just like know this, but it's more of like a hunch or a guess than anything. But you can feel it's correct. This is the guy who was in charge of astrology. The moon was in charge of making sure that astrology works on this planet. Him being corrupted by a demon makes so much sense given all of the like corruption of astrology that has happened in this game, where like people, like the whole task, everything that happened there, where the abbess got the wrong reading, that's that guy's fault. And the moment after you killed him is when Achia found out about the Day of Reckoning, the way the timing worked out there. So that's all the stuff that you know about that guy. So even more information you can use against the gods here.
You say his name is Melkadri?
Yeah. There you go.
So what were we we're just trying to identify the guy?
Well, I think Alphonse's idea was we killed that guy, and they were like, "What are you talking about? You didn't kill that guy." And so Alphonse was like, "Tell me who that guy, like who was that guy, so we can like tell them which we killed." Right?
I think he whispers it to him. He's like, Melkadri, the god of the fire and moon and astrology.
For some reason, I heard Adam whisper Bill Cosby.
No,
he's the god of roofies.
Drink.
Yikes.
He was the first samurai, right?
Oh no.
That was not privy to our conversation before the stream. Will not.
Just leave that one
in
out.
that joke.
Or are we gonna go off on a Yasuke tangent?
No. Well, how does Alphonse use that information? I'm curious.
Does he know anything about like astrology and like the gods? Isn't that what they like use to be like, yeah, we need to leave?
The gods?
Yeah.
I guess technically, probably.
I have a vague recollection of Narani saying that during like pillow talk.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah.
Pillow talk with your mom.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's not even a joke. It's awful.
not.
Yep.
Ugh.
It's like
Sometimes
I blame
think
Jared
about
for all
Crow
of this.
Inquisitors.
I blame Caleb for all of this. He didn't tell me.
You're the one who set the tone of the game, Jared.
Yeah, sometimes I think about Crow Inquisitors, and I like get sick to my stomach thinking about Alphon's character.
Yep.
He's trying to Connor. Anyone can be really. Even Trump.
Incestuous.
well, okay. The most messed part about is like didn't she know that you were her son?
Oh,
so
for sure.
That's even more
She
messed
knew.
up part.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's more messed up than I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
very
Alphonse
much.
didn't know.
This would make it
He
much
knew.
better. That honestly makes it grosser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if neither of them knew, then at least it's just an Oedipus situation, right? But one of them did know.
Like an old, it was an old boy or that movie.
An Oedipus is when you know.
No, Oedipus is when you don't know, and you end up when you try as hard as you can not to do it, and you end up doing it on accident anyway. Because like Oedipus knew that there was a prophecy that he would marry his mother and kill his father, and he like literally like tried as hard as he could to not do that. Like he was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this completely other city, and then he ended up killing his father and marrying his mother because he was adopted.
Okay.
And he didn't realize he was adopted.
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
Right, so he's like, I'm gonna get away from my parents and go here. And
he could have just not married an older woman. I think that would have been the easiest.
Yeah, he kind of fell into it through fate. Like he went to the city, killed his father because his father was leading a band of troops to attack. Like they thought he was an enemy coming to attack the city. He killed his father, and then that was like the king. So he was then kind of made the king because might rules, sort of a thing, right? And then well, that was his wife. So you get his wife. So yeah. Anyway. Oedipus Rex, man. The Greeks were messed up.
I had never heard of that until like 3 days ago when someone mentioned it in reference to the Game of Thrones show, the Dragons, House of the Dragon one's currently going on. So I had to look it up because I was like, I don't know what that means. And I'd never heard of it until then. And then now 2 days later, hearing about it.
Have you never heard of the Oedipal complex?
I don't think so. That was what they were referencing.
Yeah. That's what Freud got it from, basically, is the Oedipus story.
I'm not surprised.
The complex is when you know. The story of Oedipus is when
yes. Having an Oedipal complex means that you are basically you love your mother and want to kill your father. That's what an Oedipal complex is.
Yeah, that's the Freudian complex.
It's called Original Sin.
Yeah. Yes. He said, Connor said, that's original sin.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, not everyone has. Yeah, that's actually true, Connor. Not everyone wants to do such a thing.
It's also not the first sin. I'm confused.
I think what he means is sin nature. It's an extrapolation of your sin nature. It's not a particular psychological complex.
Given enough time.
Sure, yes. And anyone can get depraved enough.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it was cool back in the day, though.
Okay, anyway, all of this to be beside. I'm curious where Alphonse is going to take this.
I'm not anymore.
Milk. What was it?
Melkadri. I put it in the chat there.
Oh, this is him saying it in Milk.
Oh.
Yes, Melkadri.
Yeah, they frown. I think Fortis, the guy that I've described to Theo at least as sitting off to the side of the meeting, looking through a scroll. He's like a scholarly type. He brightens and he says, Melkadri, eh? He was in charge of making sure that our astrology worked. The music of the spheres coming to us. And he's like saying this, for the gods' benefit, but he's like pretending he's like talking to you about it, right? And Theo, I think, has already realized this, but maybe Alphonse is as well at this point, that this guy might be on your side. And the other gods look at each other in troubled fashion. But they don't say anything more.
Wait, is this the guy that was in the back that I didn't recognize?
Yeah, it was the guy in the back with the scholarly type guy.
Yeah.
The god of libraries.
So all it takes to fool every god is just mess with the moon a little bit. Or shame.
I think I think a big craftsman-looking type says it was Melkadri's job to make sure, and then Atarian like lifts his hand to stop him. He just says, "We do not need to answer to you, mortal."
But I know you don't answer to anyone, even your boss. Yeah, he had to go. He had to go down the ladder, get me to do your job. What does that say about you guys?
Enough. Finish this, Tanis. And Tanis like starts to heave his big Zweihander for another hit. But if you'd like to bring your roll to a close here and your speech here, you may.
Yeah.
We could also transition into a duel of wits too. If like Alphonse wanted to be like, no, like you need to hear me out and then kind of set it up.
That might be
way.
interesting.
Yeah.
Does he have skills that would? I mean, he's got persuasion.
Yeah, Alphonse is built for this sort of thing.
Okay, I would like to see that. Actually, you should do that.
I don't think we've ever. I think we've done exactly one duel of wits with Alphonse. It was against the demon.
Yeah.
Winter. We would have to set that up.
And I already used all of my arguments.
Yeah. That's fine. If you've already used all your arguments and you have nothing else, we can just make the roll and move on. That's fine with me too.
I mean, what do you guys think? This would take most of, if not the rest of the session.
We could just do like a persuasion roll if that's what you guys are thinking.
And what are we trying to? What's the end goal?
Alphonse, yeah, that's a good question.
Should we do a duel of wits, or should we just do a one and done?
Right, but what's the outcome we're looking for on either of those?
Basically, like,
what are you trying to do?
Get them to realize that, oh, we're literally a bunch of cowards. We've been fooled. Like, we need to go back and,
Yeah, I want to do a duel of wits for this because, like, this, I can't think of something for Alphonse persuasion-y that would be more big picture than this, like big deal.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I mean.
I mean, this is a big focal point of like if we can get them to come back.
Oh, but whoever I'm persuading is gonna
have a white shaded will. Yeah, but the only thing it does is it increases it by 2.
Well, no, not just that, but every single roll they make during is going to be white.
Yes. Again, a challenge fit for Alphonse, right?
Okay.
You're like the number one persuasion guy, though.
You're the one guy who could possibly do this, right?
Yeah, let's
so real quick, Narani, I think, is the person who, because they're about to be like, no, Tanis, kill him. And I think we hear Narani's voice in the back of the crowd basically say, I think we should hear him out, Atarian. And like the god crowd parts somewhat so we get a clear shot between you and her, right? A clear line of sight.
Star-crossed lovers.
Yes, everyone here knows you're just mad that I slept with your wife.
You say that to the god of war?
Yeah. Wait, is that true? Are they married?
Yeah, they're married. Yeah.
Oh man, this is such an awkward. Everything's awkward.
I know this is all awful. I know. Yeah, Alphonse, that's a.
I think Theo just kind of like
I don't know if there's a role there because the only basically what I'm saying is I think he just attacks you. I think we have to go into I think we have to go into fight rules.
Like, go on and show the gods your true colors.
Right. Do you have a goal there besides get Tanis to attack me? Because
basically show the other gods that like this guy is just a petulant child. It was my goal with all of that.
Yeah. I just don't know how that does anything but it should get us into a fight.
Well, I mean, if every other god was just like, yo, dude, stop.
I don't know if they. Well, I guess Narani did just say like,
yeah, and you said that other guy was on our side.
That's true. That's true. I just that was a little out of left field. I was just like, do you want to die, Alphonse? Is that what your plan is?
Caleb, I have rapier wit. I have to.
Yes, I know, but you gotta wait for the duel of wits to start to do that stuff, right? Otherwise,
that's the only way I benefit from it. This is how it hinders me.
Right.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess I think the gods can stop him, but I think you're gonna have to defend against another hit here. Like we'll just do the one hit again, but I think like he's gonna swing at your head again, and as long as you can survive that, the duel of wits will initiate.
All right. Can I have your help again, Theo?
Yeah, does Theo help him?
Yeah.
How was Theo helping him the first time? By the way, I don't think we described.
I think probably like creating a. I mean, two people coming at you, it probably increases the difficulty, at least to some extent, especially if you're like surrounding him or something. And that's mostly what I was doing.
Threaten him on one side so that he has to kind of pivot slightly to defend himself and attack Alphonse.
Go
for it, Alphonse. I'll bait again.
I think I should get something from one of my talking skills for like enraging him, but I don't know what that would be.
I don't think so. I mean, the thing that could, the only thing that makes sense mechanically is that he fails a steel test, in which case, he wouldn't do this anyway. So,
yeah, I'm just like sitting.
What about conspicuous?
Like, Cantarius, you can't do nothing. You're nothing. You can't fight Alphonse. And so in the background, so I'm just like distracting him and making him angry.
Alphonse, you can make a links test with conspicuous if you'd like.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
There's no. Yeah, he's white, so I can't do anything against him.
Out of context, that statement.
True anymore.
Let's do it again. I've literally the same roll.
Mm-hmm. Hey, think about it. There's always the chance.
Oh, I got 3 dice or 4 dice I can reroll.
Yep. Two fate for 4 dice.
Yeah, but you got to get 3 successes.
Yeah, that's a big yikes.
And it's it's not gray shaded. It's a black shaded sword. Yikes!
Oh, no,
ooh, so close. Okay, I think you're gonna get hit by a sword. What do you do? You're gonna have to spend a persona here, unless you have I don't think you have call on for a sword, right?
No.
Yeah, it's just David.
I mean, yeah. If I get touched with 1 damage, am I just gonna die?
As far as I know, yeah. Because like even his like regular hit is like.
I mean, even a white one is at the end past gray, the entire gray list. So
like,
okay, yeah, I spend a persona.
Okay, cool. Do you have an idea? You're the one who gets to choose first how that looks. If you have a different idea as to how it goes down, because you have to go from the frying pan into the fire, right?
I don't know.
We should teleport the God of War into the weird hellscape thing. Except you can't do that.
That would be like
that doesn't help.
It's supposed to help.
I do my go-to and I send him to Dellon.
That again, none of that counts for what we're thinking about here. I know. we're talking about.
I cast panic button and send him to Dellon.
No, again, it has to be bad for you, not for him.
I know.
By the way, an incidental hit on his longsword, on the god's longsword, is going to be a white 5.
Yikes!
Yeah,
that's the lowest amount of damage he could do.
Narani steps in front of it and takes the damage for.
None of these are making it worse for you, Alphonse.
Yeah, it is. I care about.
I mean, where do we go? That's worse than
I don't know. Okay,
it doesn't have to be worse. It doesn't have to be worse. It has to be. No. Okay, say I'll read it off. It has to be bad, but a different situation that you then have to roll to get out of. Basically, right? Like it's you're fighting a troll. The troll is gonna squash you, but instead the troll knocks you off a cliff, and now you're hanging from the cliff and have to like get back up.
I don't know why, but this whole time I was picturing us on like a light bridge, like in not a rainbow bridge, but just like some sort of white bridge. And so I was like picturing like we're on like probably a 10-foot wide bridge with no just goes off into the world.
I think you're in a room, not a bridge, but yeah, it's like a meeting room that they're.
It's got a boring heaven. Like just
Bureaucratic.
All right, here we go.
Maybe like what if it knocks his sword away or something? So now he can't he can't like continue to fight now.
That's true. We could do that. But that's kind of what he wants. Actually,
well, it's still
okay.
bad because if Tannis tries to attack him again, or
here's the description: if the character has just failed a test and gotten himself into deep trouble, certain death, captured, or something similarly horrible, the player can spend a persona point to escape certain death and instead fall from the frying pan into the fire. The player chooses his new fate. It's got to be bad or costly, though. Otherwise, the GM can simply declare that the initial failed test result stands.
What if it destroys his sword? That sounds pretty bad.
It just like cuts through it.
Like, so now he can't, it's not that he just doesn't have a sword. It's like he has to get.
That's true. Yeah. You're right, because it says bad or costly. Costly makes sense here. Like your sword is
superior
destroyed.
Quality sword is now just, I mean, not that it mattered, but
yeah, it's Dellon's sword too. This is the sword he got from, let's do that. That makes sense.
Oh, man.
Right? Like, yeah, it's like the special sword that you Dellon passed on to you after you had a moment and actually reconciled. It just gets obliterated, Alfons.
Yeah, I think I get cocky and I basically do he rolled an 8. He rolled the exact same thing he did last time. So I'm just I'll just do what I did last time. I just hold it up to block and it just slices straight through comically.
Yeah.
And after a second, the top half of the blade just falls to the ground and
And to be honestly, I don't think you ever should have been able to block this because it was a white shaded sword. I just realized that.
It was the power of family.
Right. Yeah. There must have been some deeper, which I'm fine with. That's fine. There was something else going on there for a moment.
It's broken.
But he just slices right through the blade and it clatters to the floor.
Well, that was just rude.
Jared, next time you need to use the power of friendship, it's much stronger.
No. I don't know. I asked my mom.
Like I said.
So I guess here's the question then. Yeah. Okay. So Atarian. This is what happens. Atarian holds up his hand to stay Tannis, right? And basically says, "We will give the mortal a chance, one chance to give his oratory. This news about Melkadri's death does change things, and and we are not unmerciful, nor unwilling to listen to reason. If Narani vouches for you, despite everything, then we will give you one chance. But mark my words, Alphonse Tan. If you are not able to convince us, then you will face your crimes. Against me and against this council." Narani pales in the background.
I shrug. Although in words, I'm just crap in my pants.
Yeah. Sounds good. So we'll start the duel in a moment here, but we'll cut over to Cantarius and Dellon for now. Okay, so and Theo, you can help Alphonse during that scene as well.
Well, last time I did dual wits, I lost and died. So
yeah, let's let Alphonse do this and help him. Okay, so Cantarius and Dellon, I think the first thing we see is a little bit of a series of shots of how the battle is going generally, right? You've arrived in the wharf district, and there's a lot of flashbacks happening here because the last time you were here together in this district, Dellon had just led an army of like cultists to defeat an army of holy knights. This is the exact place where that happened.
That's funny.
So the battle going on here is it kind of brings you back. Whether in good ways or bad ways, up to you. Maybe a little both. And we see this like battle between the holy knights. I'll give you a second. Weird phlegm in my throat.
Thanks for sharing, Caleb.
Yeah. A bunch of holy knights and of like the regular soldiers, and then the king's knights, all fighting against Shoei. They're not doing super well. That's the first thing you notice. It is not going very well. The tide right now has turned against them. I think we'll obviously get to the kind of fight that I prepared for you guys. But what does it look like in general terms first? Like, what are you actually doing in a general sense as we see like a montage of this?
Yeah. Well, I'm still on my horse, right? So I probably am just riding
you just
around.
rode it over here.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to ride around and like basically shore things up, try and keep the line from buckling before we can push for, recover lost ground before we push through.
That makes sense. At one point, I think you do see the king near the back of the line, surrounded by holy knights and stuff. He's there kind of to give moral support. There's like a bannerman right there holding like the banner of Ceran and whatnot, just to kind of say that like we have our king, he's here, he's helping, he's here in spirit, sort of thing. He's not a good fighter, so he's not fighting anyone, but he is here. Do you talk to him at all, or you're just showing up the line?
Yeah, I don't. Probably not.
Okay. Cantarius, are you helping Dellon here? You'd have to be on his horse with him.
Yeah, I don't have to roll though, right?
I mean, if you want to, you don't have to roll. We'd have to explain what you're actually doing.
On the back of his horse.
Cantarius.
I guess you have magic.
Cantarius.
As in, like, I can help him with his horseback riding roll?
No. I'm saying, for a second there, I was just thinking, like, okay, are you like hitting people with your staff from the horse? But like, you can just do magic, I guess.
Oh, so well, how am I going to contribute to the fight itself?
Mm-hmm.
How are you contributing to the fact that Dellon is like going back and forth, kind of shoring up the line?
Yeah, I could try to make like a sorcerer's fire roll. As we're,
I mean, you can just fork in your intellectual discipline, right?
Oh, to his roll. Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Dellon will be the one rolling, but I just figured we'd get at least a description of what you're doing as well. That makes sense, though. People start holding their heads as you get near. And blood comes out of their ears.
Gross.
All right, Dellon. This is probably.
I think Cantarius tells Dellon, as we're riding, he says, "No matter how this battle is going, I'd ask that you stay close to me. People keep dying when they leave me. Oh. People keep dying outside my presence."
Yeah, he looks sort of like it feels like it came out of left field to him. So he sort of squints and he says, "Well, I was about to tell you the same thing. Stay nearby, on the horse if you can help it."
Yeah, I don't think he says anything else to that.
Yeah.
He nods, but you're in front of him,
right?
So you can't tell.
Cool. What kind of role is this?
It kind of depends. I think there's probably a riding test first, as like a link test here to see how fast you can get back and forth.
Okay.
You have the skill for a reason. We can use it. And this will kind of determine whether you're in a good place to do like a sword roll or a command roll or something, or a bad place. I forgot there's a different section for this. Writing. I don't think it's gonna be super difficult. Here we go. Let's make it an OB3 test. OB3 writing test.
Okay. Can I use armored wise and sword and all that, since most of the difficulty in writing back and forth is probably that it's a battlefield, right?
My thought was that we would do writing test as a link test to your sword test to shore up the line.
Right.
In which case, I don't know if this. That doesn't seem right to me that we would fork and sword on that. Like this roll is like, how fast are you getting back and forth?
Right. I just figured that in a battlefield, my ability to fight and defend myself would help. Right.
You are probably correct on that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Cool. Let's. How about I don't know if observation makes sense.
I thought you were gonna argue for a higher ob. I thought you were about to say ob6.
No.
Observation is for finding hidden people, so
Yeah.
I don't think there's any. There's no ninjas waiting to get you here.
How about armored wise? My horse is armored.
Yeah.
All right. Are we outnumbered?
Yes.
Okay. No, I guess that's pretty much the same thing. Command doesn't help my horse at all, does it? I can't command my horse better.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Was Cantarius helping me with this anyway?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Writing is based on will, so yeah, that makes sense to me.
Sweet. Is Cantarius helping in some way?
If he can find a way to describe how he's helping you ride better.
Is to hold your stick out to the side like a balance beam.
Knock over everyone who gets in your way.
The only thing I could really think of, I mean, I don't think sensory discipline really makes much sense.
I don't think so.
But that's all it did.
Yeah, this low-hanging fruit, David. I ignored it.
It's the best kind.
You're not wrong. I was thinking physical discipline, but I feel like that's more of a linked test, which is not good for me. I have a 4.
I think you can do physical discipline as a fork. That's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're kind of abstracting this out to a bigger thing. Actually, no. We described this before. You can't do that. You have to roll and then as like a advantage dice sort of situation. You're right.
You should have just rolled, David.
We've done this.
As soon as you said you could fork it in, you should have hit roll and then be like, too late, GM.
You got it though.
Yeah, either way, you're good.
So that means I get 3 more dice now.
I rolled too late.
I think typically it's just 1 more die. But part of this is like just making it narratively work. Like you are doing what you said you're doing. You're riding back and forth between the different spots. But you can get 1 die on your next roll. And then it'll be sword. I think maybe we do a bloody versus here. For like how is the battle going as you're like attempting to shore up the line here. In which case maybe I didn't need to make you make that roll after all, because I think you get bonuses for stride and stuff. But hey, you got an extra die.
Yeah.
So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna make a roll for the commanders making this roll too. And yeah, so we just add some dice here and split it between. You can add dice for your armor, for the longer stride of your horse, all that jazz. Whatever it says there.
My horse is amazing.
Same. I think it's the same weapon length though. So let's see.
Okay.
Actually, you have the same strike because he's on a horse too.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I have divided his pool.
Can I fork command?
Yes, yeah, he's forking command too.
Okay. How about intimidation or oratory?
Yes. Intimidation, I think, is fine.
Okay.
I did
And then
not let him
is-
fork oratory, so
Cantarius is helping, right?
yeah, whatever Cantarius would describe. Yeah. I guess with just his sprawling.
Okay. Is that 2 dice?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Slick. Are we're not adding extra dice for people, are we? I assume.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not, because I think it always gets too crazy there. We'll give you each 5 extra dice just for some important people who are helping you, sort of thing.
Okay.
Actually, let's round it up to 6. Because that gives him an even 20 dice to work with.
Thanks.
All right. Here is his attack and defense. I probably should have waited until you had gotten your pool together too.
That's fine. I didn't look until I did it. I just
Cool.
split it in half anyway.
Sweet.
All right. Let's see. I have to do greater than 3, right? I always forget because it's not actually greater than, but it does like backwards.
Yeah.
All right. That's my attack.
Nice.
That's his defense. Ooh, that was one I was worried about. All right.
Man, you had 28 dice.
Yeah, I had 10 from my skill,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had, I think, like 5 or 6 from my forks and stuff, and then 6 from the people, and then 2 from Connor, and then 4 from armor.
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot armor. Give me a second.
Okay.
I think he has a better. What's your reflexes?
5.
Okay, never mind. You can
I
actually
think.
get an extra die from reflexes, by the way.
Good.
I'm gonna roll.
I'll
4
just
more.
add it to my attack, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna add this roll to his defense.
Right.
Oof. So you actually get a 9 on defense.
So did I. So we tied, I guess.
Yes.
For 9 in attack. No?
Yeah. So tie on. So I'm trying to interpret these results here.
I get a tie for attacking him, and then he fails to attack me.
Yes. Okay.
What
So-
does that mean? I don't even remember. That just means that I get him a light hit, right?
I think it's like an incidental.
Okay.
I think so. I'll double check.
So it's what, half power, right?
I believe so.
Let's see, an incidental.
Oh, sorry. He has one more on success on defense. He has a shield too.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look at this. I should have. Okay, so still tied. Okay. One side hits. Apply the wound result as per the weapon rules. Yep.
I'm just going to change the power of my sword to 10 so that so that's a B8.
B8.
Or wait, hold on. No, I'm wrong. It's better than that because
Oh no.
I think, wait, no. Yeah, this is the weapon power.
Yeah, you add that to your total power and then half that.
Yeah, I have to change my power to 10. That's how we did it.
Yes, yeah. You change your power to 10 and it will give you accurate results.
Okay. It'll probably be basically the same, but wait, how did it go down? That's weird. All right, it's B7.
B7. Okay.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I took the smaller number, made it 10. That's why it was actually lower than I thought. Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, B7 is a light wound for this guy. So, but yeah, so you have, I think we'll describe this as you meant to do, right? You have shored up the line successfully, and now you can push on them. In which case, I think we kind of transition here to, and you know, I'd like to describe part of this as being, I think maybe there's a moment here where Dellon is unsure as to whether or not it's actually going to work, right? He's doing the best that he can, but he feels like pretty frustrated by like, there's just too many. There's too many of them, right? Like, yeah, it's just too spread thin. There's not enough men on your side to like make this work. Mm-hmm. And that's the moment where a bunch of samurai show up on your side, and they look slightly different from the like sort of samurai types that are on the other side. And Cantarius, you see your uncle at the head of them, the ambassador from Tekko. It's a bunch of Tekoni samurai who, and you're not entirely sure. Like, this is there's a goodly number of them. You're not sure how many, like why there were that many in the city. You know, not do you have time to ask him anyway. Right. But they join the fight, and then Cantarius' uncle starts providing support from the background because he has the elemental discipline, so he starts like lobbing fire and stuff.
Nice,
as well. And we see him. It's a very Uncle Iroh-esque situation, right? Where he's like this, you know, kind of like peaceful old man, and then he just goes like fire out of his mouth, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that kind of gives you a boost towards the end there, and then you're able to push him back. And it's at that point where you can definitely see that like the main person that you were dealing with the whole time was this like commander guy who's in like this, you know, fully decked out like Chinese armor, like full plate mail, a shield, a long sword, like he's like decked out. He's on his horse, and he's like swaths of destruction follow in his wake, right? He's one of the main issues that you've been having. And so I think there's probably a moment where Dellon's like, okay, I got to go kill that guy. Do you just ride at him? What do you do? Issue a challenge?
Yeah, I think I turn to Cantarius to say, time to cut the head off the snake. And then, yeah, I'm going to try and like, I mean, I can't just like run through a group of people, but I'm going to try and like get my guys to help me push through and like break a line in a spot where I can move quickly enough to get to him.
Sure. Yeah, let's do a command roll to start off here, just to do that. And I'm going to do a command roll for him in response to like be able to counter you.
And I haven't tracked any of the things that I actually didn't need a routine riding. Okay, yeah, I don't think it mattered. Okay.
So
we're doing intimidation, oratory.
That's I'm forking conspicuous, intimidation, and oratory for him.
Okay.
And strategy.
Can I do sword wise, outnumbered wise, armored wise? Any of those?
Yeah, those make sense. Let's not do sword wise, but like outnumbered wise and armored wise makes sense.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
All right, cool. I'll roll for him first. You have an ob.
Yeah.
Only ob 4. That was a bad roll.
Wow.
Even worse roll.
That was an abysmal roll. Yeah.
Do you want to spend off one fate?
I get a die from.
Commanding aura. Yeah.
Also.
Yep. Nope.
How do I always roll a 1 on this? I guess I didn't on the fight. Let's see.
That was so bad.
That was very, very bad.
Did you have 10 dice? Or actually 11 dice. And
yep. You got 2 successes. Yeah. This is why I only roll gray shaded things, so that I actually succeed. It's the only way I can do it.
Well, with the amount of times you roll 1s, I don't think that lines up there, David. most of your failed dice are always 1s.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I guess the question is how I don't know what this means. I guess it just means that like you're gonna have a rough time of getting through. You know what this means? This means you have to get off your horse. Right? Like you don't have a clear shot here. And so he's going to be on his horse, and you're going to be not on your horse.
Oh wait, was Cantarius helping me at all? Sorry, I forgot to ask.
Oh yeah, I guess he probably would have. What would you have? You could have used intimidation, probably, Cantarius.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we should have added that. That's 2 dice.
Okay.
You have a chance here. Nope. All right.
How
No,
is that
that's fine.
even possible? That's what
That's
now?
fine.
13 dice? With
Yeah,
2
13
successes?
dice you failed on. Yeah. Mhm.
Thanks. Roll 20. Real good randomization.
Yeah, so Dellon, you can still push
man.
forward if you'd like to and try to drag the guy off the horse, but like you're going to be at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So just like, all right, into the, I don't know what you would say, but.
Yeah. Thanks.
We're definitely
that's
not riding into hell.
1,
We've already
2,
been
3,
there. We
4,
came
5,
from there.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Adam just got 7 successes on his 13 dice. He just rolled.
Thanks for using up all the pre-generated successes in between the failures.
Yep, it's obviously how it works. Cool. Yeah. So I think we can start setting up a fight here. So like the first I guess here's the question. Engagement rules, like the speed test that you usually do at the beginning of this to like do engagement, mostly just matters if you have a different weapon length, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm curious if it matters. Like he's on a horse, so like I feel like there is a difference here. But maybe...
Well, he has a stride advantage, but I think his weapon length is technically the same.
Right. So I guess there's maybe not a difference here. I guess I could just, for funsies, I could say he has like a Zweihander type weapon or something, right? Where it's like actually like longer. I actually don't know what Chinese swords are usually like.
I mean, they have the Dao, which is like a really thick curved sword. They have the Zhan, which is a really long, thin curved straight sword. Double-sided.
Yeah, I feel like those are still basically just long swords.
Yeah, those are actually both one-handed. I'm trying to think of something they have that's like it
would have to be one-handed because he has a shield too. So yeah, there's little chance he'd have a...
Well, that would actually mean his weapon is shorter then.
Well, no, he has like a normal longsword.
Right, but I mean, if he has that's a two-handed weapon, is what I mean.
Oh, is it?
I mean, you can't. It's not that you can't use them in one hand, but I mean, if he has a one-handed weapon, then it would be shorter.
I'm pretty sure in the rules here you can use it one-handed.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can. I just meant if he actually has like a Chinese one-handed sword, then it would be shorter. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any benefit to using. I would assume, based on the granularity of everything else, that there's a benefit to using it in two hands as opposed to one. But
it looks like it's listed as one-handed. So.
Oh, okay, interesting.
The longsword, superior quality longsword.
Do you benefit in any way from using it in two hands? Because otherwise, I would think you would just always want a shield.
You might, but I don't see where that might be.
Okay.
Do you have shield training, Dellon?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I basically what I'm trying to figure out is like whether or not there's anything that matters here for his stride of having a horse.
I mean, I think he gets bonuses for having a high stride, but I don't think it matters otherwise.
Because like the one place I'm seeing that it has a bonus is on the positioning, which I don't know if it matters, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I guess it's not bloody versus necessarily where you just get a generic benefit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter then. Maybe it's just going to be unnecessarily. Because I guess by the time you're like getting in close quarters with him, like he wants to get off the horse anyway, probably.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to like pull him off the saddle and, right, like stomp him, curb stomp
him.
Yeah, because like a mounted warrior presents a bigger target because you can hit his horse and stuff too.
Yeah. There are benefits and downsides to fighting on a horse in melee.
Yeah. If he was able to like ride, he's not going to have a lot of maneuverability is the thing that I'm figuring out here, right? He has to pretty much stay in one place and do this. So we'll say that I'm trying to think of like what could be the cost here then. Like you're obviously, I guess, surrounded by a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, I suppose you could just get a couple helping dice or something from.
That's true.
people.
Yeah. We could just have some helpers.
outnumbered.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and set that up. I don't think we need to do an engagement roll because you're both the same, right? You're just gonna like close with him. Yeah. And then I guess the question is going to be so I don't know if you can hear Connor. I think you can because you have your headphones on. But I think as you guys close closer on this guy, you see that there is also a channeler that he has by his side, kind of in contrast to you, his like magic user guy. So up to you guys who you would like to try to engage with. Like if you want to double up on the commander dude, or if you want to go after the like channeler, Cantarius. It looks like if you leave him alone, he's gonna like stand there and do spells. So, which I guess you could both stand there and do spells.
Yeah, technically, and fight
Feel like
spells
it.
are slow, right? So
So there's two different guys.
Yeah,
so
there's a
you
commander
see
and
this, like commander with a sword and like a bunch of armor, and then you see like a magic user next to him. I think he has a cloth. I think he has a cloth tied around his. He has a cloth tied around his eyes, like he's blind or something.
What?
Oh, he's those guys in
He's
Star Wars.
alternate universe Cantarius.
No.
Where's the rift in time and space?
Mm-hmm. He is Chinese though, so.
Now, if we kill him, you're just gonna like vanish.
Even I'm
into thin air.
Japanese.
Yeah,
It's true.
Caleb, this is
He's the
literally
future
like
you.
Mhm.
the only thing that could make it even weirder if he was a girl.
There.
It's not.
There you go. That's the only thing we have in common.
It's Christian table.
Yes.
What?
It's from our
or from our
fiasco.
fiasco last week. Yeah, I
So
guess I'll
my
just
question-
blow up in
yeah,
his brain, I think.
You're
Just-
gonna attack him and okay, yeah, cool.
Um,
I think you both have the same length, like range as well. Weapon length here. It's like longest or whatever. Because you're like at a
Versus
distance
fire.
with.
are we
Yes,
doing
versus
fight
fire.
rolls?
Yes. So we're gonna zoom into the fight rules here.
Dellon and
So as a
Cantarius
quick
die.
as a quick rule of thumb, can't all like magic actions, like using spells and stuff, it costs a number of actions unless it's otherwise stated. Costs a number of actions equal to the obstacle of the test. So it's likely you guys will be sitting there channeling your energies as Dellon and him are like pounding each other with weapons, and then by the end of their thing, you'll.
I will say, Cantarius.
I'll just close the distance then.
Yeah, you should just hit him with your stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna try to keep you at distance, so we will have to roll for the
Right, there'd be
engagement.
positioning for them. Yeah.
Yep.
Nah,
So let's do that.
he can't keep me at distance because he just has to roll the spell.
Well, he can run away, which would be kind of silly, but yeah. This is basically him being like,
Yeah, it is.
Trying
Yeah,
to pop
exactly.
your head while you're
Him-
trying to
him,
smack
him
him with a
backing
stick.
up. Yeah.
Oh.
it's really funny.
All right. So
Are we still on your horse?
No, we had to
You
get
have
off
to
the
get
horse.
you basically had to like push your way through a bunch of soldiers to get here.
Was there a tree down in the road? We
No.
hadn't unlocked the Pokemon ability cut yet.
Yes.
I think if anybody has the Pokemon ability cut, it's Dellon.
Very true. All right, so you're gonna test speed, Connor. I think you have the same stride. Longest weapon gains the advantage to engage. So he has a missile weapon, right? Basically the equivalent of. So he's gonna get an advantage dice. Or yeah, it's more than 2 lengths because you have a staff.
Who's to say that I don't just use my? I mean, the longest weapon that I have is my brain blast.
Exactly.
Right, but you're going to use your staff.
It says
So your brain blast?
this is to start the engagement.
Yeah. So
I can then choose different cards, right?
The way it
Yeah,
works is
the-
basically it's who has the advantage. with
Right.
the weapon that you have active. Like you can't, if you switch weapons mid fight, like that's like an action and it will put you at disadvantage. Like that's a bad idea.
Yeah, if you position to be at longest range and then pull out your stick, which is long, you'll just be hurting yourself.
You got to choose right now whether or not you're going to close in and take the disadvantage from that, right? Like he's going to get more dice because he's farther away from you. Or if you're going to just stand away from him and brain blast.
You probably wouldn't have to use an action to switch weapons because you can hold your stick and use magic, I
Yeah.
assume, right? But
Yeah, I
it
mean,
still wouldn't
that's-
benefit you. Like if you won the position roll at longest range and then used your stick, you would be getting penalties for being out of range.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
This is to see who
It's
has
still not a good
the greatest position.
But
so
if
so
you-
I
if you
win this
win-
roll, I'm next to him.
Yes, if
Yeah,
you win, you
exactly.
Gotcha.
roll normally and he gets penalty dice.
Yeah.
Not that
Oh,
it
I see.
matters because hopefully you'll kill him before he does anything. But
Right. Okay, I did not understand what this roll was. I thought this roll was
Yeah.
like see how fast you can get into
no,
position.
it's position, not like
But-
initiative. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so is this a speed test, Connor? I don't think you get any bonus dice to this.
Advantages or help here.
No, yeah, he's going to get some advantages, but you don't.
Do I get to know what his roll is before I roll, or
I
is
don't
it
think there's.
oppose?
I don't think there's any forks you can get here. So yeah,
Open ended.
so your ob is 4.
Oh.
Wait, why would it be open-ended?
Die.
It's not. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
How
modifiers at all
come-
to this roll.
Sure.
You have no way of getting any in the time you have.
I think I'll.
You can spend some persona though.
Yeah, I just.
I mean, this dice is just for like penalties and stuff, right? Like you can still smack them with your stick. It's just that you'll have less dice.
Yeah, I'm
Something.
trying to.
So it's not like the end of the
How
world.
much? How much less dice? Is it one
I don't
less
know.
die per?
I've never had to worry about this because everyone has a longsword. So I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what the math is gonna.
The
work
odds
out for
are.
this
Yeah, I
one.
can look that up.
Yeah. Well, because like, should I spend persona points now, or by spending
Well, how
persona
many do you
points,
have?
am I just not? If I spend a persona point, am I getting a dice for it?
Yeah.
If I succeed, then is it just one die? Is it multiple die?
Oh yeah. The difference.
guess I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I can
figure
tell you
out
that. I can tell you that. Yeah. The
Like, if I fail, by
possibility of
what
advantage
margin?
here. I think it counts as a missile weapon, right? Like Sorcerer's Fire is just like your.
I think it counts as longest. I'm not sure. Maybe it isn't. Yeah, I mean, the spell works as a missile weapon. So
I'll double check. I think it says explicitly in there.
is missile weapon longer than longest? Because I kind of think it might be longest range. I don't know.
It counts.
I mean, by the definition
as-
of longest.
Yeah, but I think it means like, a spear. And then there's like a bow. Right.
Yeah,
That's
just so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing.
I
Sorcerer's
love it when
weapon.
longest is not the longest.
Destroy
Yeah.
with Sorcerer's Fire. Where is that? Here we go. Longest, yes. So it counts as a spear,
Okay.
basically.
What does the
So-
staff count as?
A staff counts as long. So it's still
Okay.
two differences, which is, I gave him 2 dice for this. 2
That's-
extra dice.
Two differences? What's between long and longest?
Sorry. So long is longsword, axe, and staff. Longer is polearm. Longest is spear and lance. And then from there, it's
Those are
missile.
both pole arms. Or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. As in, like, spear and lance are the types of polearms that are even longer than right? Like a.
I guess. I mean, if you have like a pike, yeah, that's a pike. It doesn't matter anyways. But
Because I think the idea with polearms, it's like it's the one that has the 2 different sides to it.
Right. I just mean a pike and a lance are not the same. It doesn't matter though. It's not fine. It's not
So if you succeeded on this, Cantarius, the difference would be you would be using long against spear. You would be getting a +1, or no, he would be getting a +1 ob. Yeah.
So so I shouldn't. But if I fail, he gets a +1 ob,
If you fail,
or I get
then he
less
gets
one
a plus.
die.
You get a +2 ob. So it's worse if you fail than if you.
Oh, okay.
You get less if you succeed than he gets if you fail. So still probably worth spending a
So-
persona maybe.
Yeah, I'll spend 2.
You have 11, so.
Jeez.
That's kind of what the fight rules and stuff are made for, is to like soak up all the extra art that you get.
Dang.
Yeah.
Close. You can spend fate still. 1 or
can I
2 fate.
Yeah, okay. I spin them both at the same time.
Yep, there's a 6 there.
There we go.
There you go. Nice.
I was waiting for it to just be BS again. We got 2 6s in that roll. We rolled 4 dice.
All right, cool. Yeah, so Dellon
Yeah, look at that.
Dellon closes in on the commander, and Cantarius closes in on the channeler. And then let's go ahead and jump from there back to Alfons and Theo. Before we actually get into the fight rules. And do Duel of Wits.
I see what you did there because of Trump. Fight. No, I'm kidding.
That was not my intention at all.
I know.
He doesn't. He didn't coin the term.
He didn't coin
No.
the
Well, he
word
should
fight.
have.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, so Jared, you need to state your statement of purpose. So this is you briefly describe your point and what you want. You state your you clearly and succinctly state your case. Like what this is usually worded as like something that they will do if you succeed, right? I guess I wonder who you're doing this against. I actually didn't make a character sheet for anyone but Narani and Tanis, so maybe it's just against Narani. That could be fun. Yeah, let's do that. That's more like I guess does that make sense to everybody? I feel like that makes sense, right? Like we could do it against Atarian, but I don't have a character sheet for him, and I probably should have made one. But like I'd have to like make one up on the fly.
Arguing with his former lover.
But yeah, I feel like Narani is a good person to make the other side of this duel. It's because she said like give him a chance, but also like this is her wanting to go back and forth with Alphonse and be like, here, listen, Alphonse, like this is why we're doing this. Like let me explain ourselves.
Yeah, because I don't understand this.
She probably makes the most sense as far as the person he might convince, right? Like,
yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking, right? Like in theory, Atarian, the leader of the gods, is the one that really needs to be convinced. But I feel like the most narrative weight is on Narani here, right?
I think so.
Like if Alphonse can convince Narani, then I think he convinced everybody else.
Well, didn't my wife say like, oh yeah, you should try to convince Narani, like specifically.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep.
So I think Jared's indisposed at the moment.
Oh, are you indisposed, Jared?
He sent a message in the chat.
Oh, did he? I'll figure out what Narani's state of purpose is. Because they're basically.
Hey. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
Sorry, my cat.
Interesting chat there. Narani's statement of purpose, I think it's going to be what, like the gods. I guess the whole point of the gods this whole time has been like the point they've been making is the gods. No, the world is already lost to the demon scourge. We will stay. We will stay in the heavens and pick up the pieces. After everything burns. Right. Their idea is like, okay, even if the demons happen to win somehow, like they're not going to kill us, right? Like we're safe. So we'll just wait until the world is over and they don't have any more pawns, right? They'll destroy themselves, right? They don't have any more pawns anymore, and then we can swoop in and stop them. But then
Alphonse should say something like, "Well, if you don't do anything, you're just gonna rule over nothing, because everyone's gonna be like dead or possessed."
And
ashes.
I'm pretty sure like Adam's, like Theo's point originally when he was talking to them was basically like, yeah, like without Like there were two parts of it. It was like what you said, like the world ends if you like there won't be anything to rule over, sort of a thing, and then also like your duty is to go down.
Yeah, like the only reason you're here is because at some point God, or for some reason God, the one true God, had placed them, and they know there's a one true God, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's like they've been given this sort of responsibility, and they're just like, wow, they're just shirking their duties. So it's like their whole purpose and the whole reason that they're not like born into nobility or as gods, like like Zeus or something. It's like no, they're actually like granted this ability as like a patron to take care for it, and they're just like, yeah, it's almost like they just forgotten. They're like, no, I'm royalty, I'm special.
Mm-hmm. I wrote this down for Alphonse. He can tweak it if he likes. But I assume that it's probably along the lines of the gods have a duty to the world and are required to go down with the ship, success or fail. Right? Like this is what they're supposed to be doing.
They don't have the luxury to be like, I'm special and should survive. It's like, no, you have a job. If you die, then that happens. It's like, but you're also the main guys to the least likely to die. So,
oh, Connor. Yeah, so I guess we're just waiting for Jared. So he's going to the bathroom.
Do we want to cut back to the fight?
I guess.
Roll.
we can at least start getting stuff set up there. Oh, okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Good time.
To my body of argument, add that they're not safe here anyway. Gods have already been corrupted.
Yes.
And that the one true God is basically just going to wipe them out.
Mm-hmm. They are not safe here anyway.
Whether it be from demons or the one true God.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, cool.
I'm gonna he's gonna be like arguing. I'm gonna be like behind Alphonse, be like, yeah, what he said. I'll be like his posse.
Yeah, exactly. You can just back them up with stuff as we go here. Okay, so I popped out the fight and duel of wits cards.
It's only going to take 2 rolls, like always. I always whittle down their body of argument in the first roll.
I assume that you'll likely get a compromise, but that's true. We did do a duel of wits with Narani before.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I beat her in the first without losing a single night.
Yeah, you did a great. Well, that was it was a stroke of luck, but yeah, you did it. Okay, so body of argument rolls. It's a big deal, so we'll go ahead. So you add any successes from the skill test to your will exponent. Is this an intimate or personal argument or a big showy debate?
Whichever one's better for me.
Sounds like a big showy debate to me.
Yeah. So
why am I arguing Narani again? Shouldn't I be arguing with what's his face?
I don't know. I'm going back for
I think it's me and him arguing to convince everyone else.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't have a character sheet for him.
Well,
he probably wouldn't have very many socials.
Yeah, I guess. Well, here I can do this real quick. The way I've been doing this is I've been making them as a normal character in Chard, and then just making them all white shaded, right?
Right.
So let's see. He would be like a noble, probably. We'll do religious acolyte or priest. And then from there, could do I guess he's a warrior too. Let's do page. Just acolyte. Oh, I don't know how to do these life paths.
I think he has 2 persuasion, but it's white shade.
How dare you do this to me, Jared? To make a character up in the middle of the game.
Why didn't you make you knew what we were doing?
Adam with wholesome cat content.
I
Perfect.
honestly assumed that you were going to try to
Perfect.
fight the God of War. That's what I assumed was going to happen.
Why would you assume?
I don't know.
He's white. I can't fight a white guy. If he was black like me, then I could. But
Oh boy.
if I fight a
Technically,
white guy,
you're
the
gay,
cops
aren't
are
you?
going to come for me. Not with sword.
Oh yeah, okay.
My words are gray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy paste the commander guy that Dellon's fighting right now. Because he has like oratory and command and stuff, and I'm just gonna white shade that guy's stuff and make that guy. Yeah. He's like a noble commander type, which is kind of what this guy is. So that works. Okay, yeah. So big showy debate: God of the Sun and Dominion or whatever. Yeah.
Did you guys get all that?
It's like the God of Empire.
No.
See my cat how he like sticks his paw into like a drink, or like he'll like dip it in and then like lick his hand.
Yeah. All right, so Jared, what you're going to do is you're going to oratory is going to be your base skill, and then any forks that make sense for the general situation here.
It can't be persuasion.
It sounds like a big showy debate to me.
Ugh.
Right, and the only difference here is if you decided, Alphonse, to like go to one of them very particularly and be like, we have to have a I don't think we can transition this to an intimate or personal argument.
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty.
This is Jared, this is the time to throw out all the Artha stops, right? Just like everything you possibly can.
Alrighty.
All right, so oratory is your base, and then you can try to fork in some stuff if you'd like.
Okay.
But this is just for the general, what you just said, right? Like gods have a duty to the world and are required to go down the ship. Success or fail, they are not safe here anyway, whether it be from the demons or one true god. Anything that fits in that can be forked. So, all right.
And what about everything I've said like beforehand as well?
Sure,
leading up to this. Okay.
So I missed it. Did you say he has to fight?
No.
That's what Caleb was expecting him to do.
Yeah. Somehow. I don't know why, but
Wait, so what was the one? It's not, no, it starts with an A, right? Or who's the god, the lead god?
Atarian.
Do I have time to do an essential
Atarian married to
discipline?
Narani, or is the god of war married to Narani?
God of War is married to Narani.
Do I have time to do an essential discipline?
No.
Well, I can't do it while he's saying his body.
No, you were saying stuff too. This is
well,
all.
We're not. You don't talk at the same time.
Yeah, that doesn't. I don't think there's
a
chance to do that. I don't. Everyone else can decide. Like they can. Sorry, what am I trying to say?
That's
what debates are.
If y'all have an argument here, for, like the players here think that there's an argument to be found here. I just don't think it makes sense for.
It's just one spell.
Yeah, but like you have to literally sit there and like do magic stuff.
Wait, he's doing what does he want to do with the magic?
It always seems so weird to me that
essential
like,
discipline
because they can just be like, no, we don't, don't channel magic. Like we're gonna just attack you and stuff.
He's a
right?
god.
Like, yeah, it always seems weird to me when like you're just like you're sitting there before you do something and you just like sit there for like a minute doing a spell and they're like, I guess I'm just gonna let you do this.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Well, in all fairness, in Harry Potter, sometimes they say the spells and sometimes they just don't say them. So.
Well, that's Harry Potter, which never has any consistent rules ever.
Yeah, it's like, where's the rule of like casting spells and spending time? It's like sometimes you just do it.
All right, here, I'll give you this, Alfons. If you want to roll the die of fate on a 1, they pause long enough to give you a chance to do a spell.
Oh,
so close. No.
We should do that. If we have a really questionable thing,
that's typically what it is. Yeah,
like
exactly.
That.
Yep. I think they're just pushing you onward, right? They're not giving you time to do anything like this. They're just pushing you onward in the debate. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like trying to do the spell. No.
Okay, so Atarian's body of argument is 16. Or sorry, I guess more than that. It's 17. It's I think it's a 1 difference between.
What's Atarian the god of?
The sun and empire. Because he's adding his will to this. But I think it's more than that because he has a gray shaded will. Let's see here.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Two more. So he has a final of 18 because he is white shaded over your gray shaded.
Can I pre-spend a deeds point to Aristea, but not put it on anything yet?
I mean, you could spend it on. What do you want to spend it on?
Whatever the first roll is going to be. That's not body of argument.
That's not oratory.
Yeah.
No, you cannot spend it now, and then you'll have you as soon as you go into Aristea, if you spend it on I assume you want to spend it on persuasion, right? Yeah, you can do that the first volley. You can't do it now. Unless you want to spend a deeds on oratory, you cannot use it now.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm just reading through all my traits.
Yeah.
Is one of those oratory, or are they all persuasion?
You're like call-ons and stuff. I don't think you ever got an oratory call-on, no.
Oh, kid, you should let me roll a speed test to see if I'm fast enough to roll it instead of the die of fate. I think that would make more sense. Because then it's on me and not just random chance.
Okay, well, I guess you'd be going against the god's white shaded speed at that point. Would you like those odds?
Well, is he just talking super fast?
Are you just talking super fast as you do magic?
Is that how magic is?
Well, you're a favorite of the great god. Yes, that's exactly how that works.
That's praying. That's thinking. So I'm thinking
no. We've had this conversation before. The game wants us to pray out loud. You can't pray in your mind.
Roll his speed.
All right. Up 4. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, give me a second. He has armor on.
He's also getting a wound penalty from the captain.
No, oh, yeah. Sorry, I need to roll out again. I needed to take 2 things off. He would have more. Okay, same thing. Wait, why is the tax still on there? Oh, there you go. Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah, Eris always gets their money.
One more time.
Gosh, okay, that's lame. You just get to roll 3 times.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We can say 4 is the base, and I'll just re-roll one die or roll 1 more die. Okay, so 4.
Okay. So I'm gonna spend a fate or I guess 2 fate, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you can roll 3 dice with that if you spend 2 fate.
Hey, why did you do greater than 4? It's white shade.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, 5. Off 5 then.
2, 3,
I'm just so used to doing greater than 4.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So
And
close.
I didn't know if it was
also,
intentional.
I'm also going to use my call on.
Yeah, you have a call on for speed. Yep.
So how many failed
Got the
dice?
need for
is that?
speed.
1, 2.
So 3.
Wait. Okay. Your original roll, you had, because you have black shaded speed, you have 1, 2, 3. One of those, the success was one of the 6s. So yeah, it's still 3 dice.
Oh, oops. Wow.
Nice.
I only did 1, but
Well, you didn't need any more.
okay. So now I can roll my magic.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I like that because Alphonse has a call on for speed. He's never really gotten to use it. So
I also have time magic, so I think it makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So what's the extra ob to make it last this whole encounter?
Oh yeah. Let me check. Oops.
So it's normally 4 to get 3, so it's either 5 or 6. No.
So for one test, there's no ob penalty. For an entire conflict, which is what this is, a +1 ob.
Okay, so it would be an ob 5 instead of ob 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get 2 for it being named and mastered.
Yep.
It's Golden Embrace, and
Yep.
then 2 for my orb,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Pondering your orb all day.
1 for continuous, and then 2 for spatial.
Okay.
2, 4, 6. So. Right, yeah. And base ob is 5. I got
Nice. So how many
So I
dice you
get-
get?
+3 the entire.
+3 for well, okay, so I think it's for one thing.
What?
Or
No.
okay, yeah. So
That's what it normally is.
No, exactly. What I mean is one skill,
Yeah.
one
persuasion.
ability, right?
Yeah.
Persuasion. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You get +3 dice to persuasion the whole time.
Fancy.
All right. So oratory, I'm gonna fork in persuasion. That's 2. Seduction. That's 2. Bullcrap,
Seduction
that's
against
1.
Atarian.
Well, I'm convincing everyone.
Uh,
I feel like that's kind of true. I mean, like
Yeah, Narani.
I don't
Like,
think
And
so.
I already
Roll
brought
that-
up.
wait.
Brought up us sleeping together.
Yes, you quite literally changed the whole duel of wits from being to Narani to Atarian. I don't think this counts.
Well,
Like, they're
I'm not,
helping him.
I'm not trying to
The-
convince him.
Right,
I'm trying to
right.
convince all. of them.
No, you're
Roll
trying to
that
convince
big.
him. Like that's how the rules
Well,
work.
if
You have
it's
to, it
if
has
it's
to be against
him,
one person.
then it's a 1-on-1, and I should get persuasion.
No, but it's a showy debate for this is how duel of wits work typically. Alphonse is like you're doing it against one person, and then the results of that. The reason the person is bound by the results is because everyone around them is like, yes, you won the debate, Alphonse.
So yes, I'm convinced by that logic. I'm convincing everyone, and then everyone being convinced is what.
What do you think,
convinces him.
David? What do you think, David?
roll the die of fate.
No, that's only a 1 out of 6 chance.
Well,
I mean-
we'll make it like 50, or do like a fate roll.
I do think
You're
that
all
technically, if it went anywhere, it would go here. Because he's going to be going against Atarian for every action up to this, like beyond this. But technically, this is
Talking about for
like,
seduction still,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're attacking his body of argument, and I don't know that seduction has any weight over his body of argument.
That's what I was.
But
thinking,
his
right?
body of argument isn't convincing him. His body of argument is everyone else.
But his
Yeah, but
statement of
you're
purpose
debating
is the world is already lost to the demon scourge. We will stay in the heavens and pick up the pieces after everything burns. I don't think seduction has any.
Yeah, I don't
influence
think
on that.
promising
Well, yeah,
to
if-
sleep
if
with
I
him
die, I won't
makes
be
it
here.
any less true.
To sleep with all the other gods. Come on.
I'm gonna say no.
I think Jared just answered his own question.
Bullcrap wise.
yeah.
Falsehood.
Yeah, do you have a call on, Jared, for like a persuasion roll?
Yeah.
Do sweet. I need a,
Yeah,
why do I?
since we're
I'm
doing
doing
a
a doesn't have a
formal
call
debate.
on really, or do I have a? I have a steel call on.
Yeah, you have like 2 steel Collins.
Does it come
What
in?
were you saying, Jared?
Etiquette, since we're doing like a formal debate in front of the gods.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
What
Empathy, 'cause
Well,
I'm tugging
okay,
on their emotions.
I don't think you've described yourself being etiquette.
Well, that's what a formal debate is. That's
No, but like everything you said so far, like in character as Alphonse, has been very informal.
Yeah.
So I don't
until
think
now.
That's fair.
Well, then would you like to describe Alphonse using etiquette?
He's like,
That's what a formal debate is. That is a form of etiquette instead of just doing like a
so
rap
far
battle.
we have only seen Alphonse shouting at them or mocking them. We have not seen any etiquette is about like paying the proper respect. So you would literally have to be like, you are gods and I respect you as gods in some way, shape, or form.
I'm just picturing like an inverted example of that scene in Airplane when she's like, "Oh, stewardess, I speak jive," and then they start talking. My mama didn't raise no dummies. That's right, Jack.
Jeez.
Y'all don't want to have, y'all don't get to have. But he's like super informal. Then he's like, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what?
So what does that look like, Alphonse, if you'd like to fork that in?
We can just skip that one.
I knew it. Jared is just like throwing everything at the wall.
Well, that's what you told me to do.
No, I know.
We've already wasted it. We've already wasted enough time. I don't want to narrate a whole nother thing just for one dice.
Yeah. I just, you've already described yourself not being full of etiquette. So,
all right. Empathy.
Sure.
Haggling. I'm
I don't-
haggling
are
with
you
their
offering-
lives.
Are you offering them anything in like? You're just like telling them to do something. You're not like
I'm
offering them material
offering
goods
them their
or
lives.
even a favor. I don't think so. You're not actually
No,
bargaining with anything there.
I could see an argument because he's like, hey, if you help, people are gonna
I'll put in a good word with the one true God.
Yeah, like you're gonna gain some favor. I mean, not like favor with us, but to some extent, they want to be adored and worshipped, right? And
Okay,
so,
yeah. Based on what Alphonse just said there, that makes sense.
Okay. Conspicuous.
Yes.
Court gossip wise, because I brought up me boning his wife.
Oh yeah, for sure. See that's the like thing that makes sense about the relationship.
Noble wise and intimidation.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Technique wise.
No.
Okay. So that's 10 dice then.
Nice.
Add to oratory. This isn't very good. I mean, I guess I could spend some persona.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think you have a lot of it, right?
Not really, but
At the very least, you'll want to spend fate on literally every
not-
roll
no,
because
not-
you have like 35 at this point.
I feel like I should get some back for the 20 I blew on one roll. Season 2. Or season
Oh
1.
yeah, I persona. No, because that was what allowed you to seduce a goddess in the first
Yeah.
place. So
rapier or wit. Do I get a dice from that here?
no, there's a particular like when you use it in a volley in Duel of Wits, you get bonuses.
Sure.
Because there's like specific rules about like if you fail the volley, then you can't use it next time.
Oh, I don't know why I put ob9.
Yeah, you didn't need to put a knob, but yeah, cool. 9, and then if you want to spend some fate to get that higher.
Yeah, sure.
2 fate gives you 3 dice. Just make sure that the luck is gray shaded.
I can do that.
So you got one more success than that, so 3.
I get. Yeah, oh yeah, sorry.
Yep. So 12 plus your will.
So will is 4 and it's gray, so I get.
No, gray. I already factor that in with his.
Oh,
He just gets 2 more because he's a white shade over your gray shade.
We both have 16.
No, he has 18
Oh,
because
18.
of that white shade. Yeah. So
Sorry, I was reading.
no, yeah. There's a
I
bunch
was
of
reading the first one.
rolls. Bunch of rolls there. All right, okay, there we go. Alphonse 16 and Atarian 18. Cool. Well, let's. I'm trying to decide how we do this. I guess let's cut back to let's cut back to Dellon and Cantarius and
Come back to them. Can you bring up the thing so I know what so I can build my argument?
Yeah, I will grab the handout here. Duelit's handout. There it is.
Yeah, it's gonna take me like an hour.
All right, so Cantarius, Dellon, let's figure this out here. So I'll drag your tokens on the screen here. We got Cantarius, we got Dellon. And then actually I'll put you guys in between the guys you're fighting. So, whoa, that is so much bigger. So this is going to be the magic user in between, or right below Cantarius, and then the commander will be right below you, Dellon.
Okay.
And then we'll put the cards there. So as a reminder, reflexes is what you're looking at in terms of what you can, how many actions you get. The way it works is you have to fill up the volleys before you can like double or triple up on volleys. So for example, Dellon, you have a 5 reflexes. You can't have more than, so you would have 1 in each of the volleys for sure. And then you can have 2 in 2 of them.
Right. I can't have like 3, 1, 0.
You can't have 3 in 1. Exactly. Yeah. Nothing like that. For you, Cantarius, you got, you have a reflexes of 5 as well. So same thing for you. Your volleys are going to look like, 1 will be 1 and 2 of them will be 2. 2 actions that you get to take on those volleys. So there's 3 like volleys here. And those are the actions you have to work with there. The fight cards are going to show those. There's also fight handouts if you want reference for any of the actions do. And then the other thing to keep in mind is that each of you have a weapon speed. And that will determine how many times consecutively in a row you can hit with your weapon. So for example, Connor, yours has an F on there. I don't know what that means. I assume it means fast.
Boys. F in the chat.
It's supposed to be a number.
Yeah, it's either a number or X.
Yeah.
So it might be X. I mean, that might be what it's supposed to be. Let's see. A staff is 2. I don't know why it says F.
As a staff would be, I think a dagger is fast. A
dagger is fast. Yeah.
For
exactly.
fast.
Yep. So Connor, you can't hit with your staff 3 times in a row. You have to like do a different action that's not hitting them in between. So right, you can do the like do, and then you have to like back up, avoid, block, whatever.
Then I have to
before you can hit again.
Then I have to just cancel, right? I have to do an animation cancel.
Yeah.
If I can.
Yeah, before the cooldown. Yeah. Again.
Well, no, I mean as long as I interrupt the animation, though, I can do it a 3rd time, right?
Sure.
There's like a panting animation after you strike twice, but if you just keep mashing the button, it just cancels through the animation. I see through this, Gil. Don't worry. I got it all down. No worries.
All right, here. How do you guys have 5 reflexes? Like I just
skill. It's the cancels. It's the animation cancels.
6 agility and 6 speed and 4 perception, which I think is the.
Is this just? Did I just do this wrong? Because like I had him on like a brown there, and it was giving me a reflexes of 3. I was like, what is going on?
Well, I think perception plays into it. So if he has a bad perception, that might be why.
Yeah, but I literally had to turn all of them to 6 to make it a 5. So I don't know what's going on because it's perception, agility, and speed, right?
I think so. For sure.
It should be calculated automatically but none of you have gray shades. Why does Cantarius have 5 reflexes? I don't understand.
Yeah, like I said.
I'm so confused by that. Like, I'm wondering if there's like is like an armor thing that he's like getting less reflexes for armor.
I mean, I have
Maybe
armor
not.
on, so I don't think so.
Wait, should
one
I
thing
have
to
more reflexes?
I don't think so.
you- Oh, you're concerned. You're confused about how I have that high of reflexes?
Yeah.
Okay, you have armor, David. I have everything in there right for you too. Weird.
But maybe look up the rule for that.
Yeah, I need to look up reflexes and.
I don't really see the difference between strike and great strike.
Great strike takes
Strike.
2 actions and I think
Yeah.
does more damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it increases the power of the attack.
Okay, it doesn't give me more dice, but it's more deadly. Is that the idea?
I believe so.
Yeah, but you have to
Just can't
set
find
up a
it.
great strike and then great strike, so it takes 2 beats.
You're vulnerable during the time, like the action before you actually hit.
Yeah,
I see.
it doesn't actually explain what it does in the handout.
Although in this circumstance, there's nothing he can do to.
He could punch you, but I don't know if you have to channel.
He couldn't though, because I'm not close enough to him.
Well, he.
I
would
mean,
just have a
if
lot
he
of
did,
penalties.
he would just get penalties too. Yeah.
Yeah, he could still do it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Great task. Great strike. Let's see. An overhand strike. It bypasses the block action and it grants bonus to damage or armor penetration. Choose before
Does
you
this
roll.
guy have armor?
+1 to your. He does not. +1 to your incidental, mark, and superb damage results, or +1 to your weapons versus armor rating. So you get to choose, like whether or not you're trying to cleave through their armor or just doing more damage.
But it's only a +1.
+1 to whatever that final number is, I think, as in terms of a B, whatever, I believe.
Okay, that seems pretty lackluster considering you could just strike twice.
Well, yeah, if they have a shield or armor, like that's good.
Yeah.
But- All right, let me look at reflexes here.
The fight rules are like, if you want to try really cool things, you can, but you'll likely die. And if you just strike instead, you'll probably win, especially if the guy tries anything.
Well, keep in mind,
Yeah.
If they do a strike, like 2 strikes against each other, you're both killing each other, right?
Yeah, but like if you don't, then you're just gambling on the idea that your defense has any point.
It's like literally in any like turn-based game ever. It's like whoever has the most initiative wins. Because
I think the thing
get a
that
kill
does change
first.
that is armor, right? Like if you
Right,
can
yeah.
count on your armor to stay
Yeah.
up, then you don't have to do that.
Right.
But even then, like a strategy of planning on getting hit is just a bad strategy. Like in almost any game
Probably.
ever.
Yeah, except for this one where you can just negate the entire attack instantly.
With armor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally,
okay. Yeah.
like if you attack me and I roll 5 dice and if any of them succeed, I take no damage. Unless you're using like a mace or a crossbow or something.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, very interesting.
Okay, so it's the average of perception, agility, and speed rounded down. So if all of them were 6, it should be reflexes 6. I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
He's
That's
low.
really weird.
It's being lowered somehow. I don't know why. Oh, I guess it's just reflex. I forgot. He has a wound. It takes off 1 from reflexes straight.
Oh, touch it.
Yeah.
Gross,
That's
I
how
didn't know that.
wounds work. Yeah.
Um,
Forgot about that.
I just hit choose on a card. What does that mean? Where did it go?
I think it puts it in your hand.
I don't see.
No, you don't have any cards in your hand.
I see one
Drag
in
to
front of you.
Oh, I see. There we go. Okay.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it should bring up the
in
menu.
which case, I want it to go on not in my hand. I want to drag it out, or what exactly?
Yeah. You wanted on the map in order there.
Oh, okay. That was the drop spell card. I don't want that. I don't even know what that does.
You drop the spell.
Like a physical spell, or like
You stop casting,
stop casting.
which is weird that it's
Weird.
an action.
Yeah, that is almost annoying.
Yeah, magic in fight is like I would never even consider it.
I'm gonna choose the stand in drool.
You are welcome to do so.
Yeah. But use the physical discipline, give yourself syphilis, and then stand and drool on him. And then you win.
So are we doing one volley at a time then?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go down the line, yeah. Just gonna check real quick here. What's the rule for changing?
Do I have to put out all the volleys though?
Yeah, they should all be. So what you want to do is you want to have like stacks of them. Because one goes in first. So but there's 3 separate rows, right?
If let's say I kill him on the first card.
Then you would have to. I think you like you change your action to something else, and there's like stuff that happens there. You can do so. I think it just gives you like a penalty or something. You might have to.
You have to drop an action from later in the.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Then you like pause for a moment, and then you can do something else.
Let's say I kill him on the first volley. In the second volley, could I then try and do something to help Dellon?
Or that's what you're saying. You could change your.
Yep. I think the way it works is you have to drop an action, so you'd spend a moment like pausing, and then you would have to engage.
Although technically, I wonder if all he's doing is changing target but keeping the action. I wonder if he would even have to do that.
Oh, depends on how close they are, I guess.
Well, I guess that's more.
But I think the idea is that you can't. You have to like spend an action engaging someone, and then we'd roll those because I guess he would have the same.
Is engage one of the?
I think it is. I think that counts as one.
It's not on.
So
here,
do I have to put that on the board?
I mean, are you planning on doing that?
I have a pretty good idea of when I think he'll be dead.
Because disengage is an action.
Disengage is a fight card.
You would have to disengage from them. I think it counts at. I think if you can put something else in. Well, what I'm saying is, if he's planning on doing it, then he has to be planning on disengaging. He can't be planning on them being dead. That's not how that works.
I suppose. I think you should just do it like he's not going to be dead, and then you can change if you need to.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out if he's going to like try to change his weapon from magic to, because I think he's just going to die if he doesn't.
Probably.
But if he does.
But what if his general friend tries to defend him? Then he won't die.
I suppose that's a thing he could do and then get killed by you.
Oh, I mean, some things other might occur as repercussions of that.
Yeah, I think it counts as an action here, so. Let's see. What is the difference between these ones? Okay. I got to figure out if he like changes a weapon, what that does to the advantage here. Okay, it won't change at all. Okay, perfect. That's actually good. So this is a good move for him.
Change into a weapon that's longest length.
No, he's gonna switch to a knife here. It's gonna change. All penalty is gonna be the same though, because he's at Cantarius is at staff distance. It's just
right. So then Cantarius will be at advantage.
Isn't he now? I think he is now, right?
Oh, is he now? Oh, sorry.
I think he won the positioning roll, right?
Oh,
I did.
Otherwise, he would be getting bonuses and stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I already have the positioning advantage die, or he has an odd penalty because of the positioning.
Yeah, and so he was just saying that if he switches to a knife, the odd penalty will be the same because now he's instead of being too long, he's too short, but it's the same penalty.
It's the same penalty. Yeah.
It's not any worse for him. It's just still bad.
but he'll have a quicker chance to do something.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll be able to defend himself.
Yep. All right. Yeah. This was happening. This will be good. This will be good. Okay. All right.
Caleb. I don't know.
We're gonna do.
You have no idea what I'm about to do.
I suppose I don't. I have an idea.
It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild.
Is it gonna be wild?
unpredictable. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know.
He's
what
gonna
you're
turn
doing.
around and moon him,
Yep.
and then you'll cast psychic spells on him, and he'll die anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like dissonant whispers, but way worse.
Yep. The first thing I'm doing is throw person.
Don't tell him that. But yeah,
I've already scripted the actions
I
for
had a
it.
feeling you were gonna grapple him. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna pick up a person and throw a person at him.
Okay, hold. I see. You should throw yourself. Throw a person. You just pick yourself up and throw at him.
Yeah. Pick myself up by my bootstraps.
All right, Jared. How are you looking with dual wit stuff?
Snapshot is my second action. Take a pic.
Could take a picture of him. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Well, I guess I'm assuming that Jared is not even available, so we'll just
I'm here.
start. Okay. I'm just curious.
What the heck? I don't know which ones are mine anymore.
Oh, I think yours are on the bottom here.
Okay.
Well, you know what you
Oh, my
picked.
card. Now you know what
Either
I
way.
picked. I need clarification on the rules before I
Yep.
do commit.
Yep.
But Caleb has to pick first, so I know he doesn't cheat.
Did we?
Yeah.
We think how many Alphonse has? How many points he's got?
I think it's just
My
one each for.
my body of argument is 16
Oh.
and his is 18.
Oh, nice. All right, that's
Oh,
pretty.
well, that
competitive.
says Alphonse. Okay. Closer than I was.
And Caleb saw what my first thing was because he's a little cheaty McCheaterson.
I chose without thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about what he would do.
Yeah. Granted, I might completely change mine here in a second anyway, depending on what does what.
Well, I misunderstood the rules the first time, and I didn't realize that I had to break that down to
Yeah.
0. And so I thought if you defend, or I guess I picked.
Wait,
It was like you had to avoid the topic or something. I thought maybe if you directed it, it kind of deteriorated his argument, but that wasn't the same thing. There was the other one which does both an attack and a defense. And I was
Yeah, rebuttal.
I might as well,
All right,
I don't
cool.
know.
What was your question, Jared?
Okay, so
I chose mine.
How does dismiss work?
Dismiss is like a really strong point that gives you extra dice, but if you don't beat their argument, completely win, then you have to hesitate next time.
Basically, you're like, forget you, you're a child, so why do I even talk to you? And if you win, it's like, bam. But if you don't, and they keep, and then they say something, you talk back, then you look like an idiot.
Okay, so
So it's I would probably not do that as an action in this volley. If we get to a second volley, then that might be the time to.
Yeah, you only want to do it if you think
I
you can kill him.
I shouldn't open with dismiss.
No, definitely not open to dismiss unless you're talking to a child.
Here's my
we
opening
ever do a
argument.
duel with a child? Yeah, exactly. I could definitely see a character trying to do that, but it would not go well for them.
I'm pretty sure I did that the one time that we were in a duel of wits. I was like, oh, dismiss sounds good, and I did that, and I was like, what just happened?
Yeah, can you just delete all my cards?
Yes, I can do that.
How come you can't delete your cards?
Because I'm dumb.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so while Jared's choosing those, we'll go ahead and flip over these first things. All right, Cantarius, go ahead and flip over your first one, and I will flip over my first one for the channeler. So he's drawing a weapon as you hit him.
Draw a weapon. Yeah,
He's frantically trying to get his knife out because you're closing too much. He was trying to do some spell stuff, some magic stuff, and you just closed too fast. And he's like, ah!
My wizard can fight.
Yeah. And then
Right,
my
so what
next
happened to
action
Gorath?
is sing, howl, or
he's
pray,
dead.
and I'm gonna do all three.
You remember how he said he'd throw person? What he meant was I'm going to throw Gorath.
Throw the head. Nah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Gorath-
have to do
was
counter.
Gorath okay? I don't remember how
He's
he's
he
recovering.
will eventually recover, but he is out for the count.
Okay.
David, I was just making a joke. I was saying my next action is sing, howl, or pray, and I'm gonna do all
Oh.
three.
As a reminder, actually, one thing I did notice that I found out is sing, howl, and pray. That's an action that you can take simultaneously with another action.
Oh, really?
Cool.
So during a fight,
so I totally should howl,
technically during a
'cause that's
fight, Dellon,
intimidation.
I should have told you this, Dellon. Technically during a fight, you could be praying as well.
That's super cool.
That is.
How do you do that?
Let me check. Real
Is
quick.
it? I mean,
Stack a card
I
on
want
top of
that.
it. Yeah, well, I mean, you can have it. It's just a card.
Oh, it's
You
a
can
card?
yeah, it's
well,
a thing you can
for
do
for the fight rolls.
while you do something else. Yeah, apparently.
I pray that I win.
Same.
How does that work though? Because like you
I'm
you
looking
just
it
do
up.
it for free. Okay.
Should we?
I read that the other day and it was like, yeah. I mean, on Connor, for you,
Should
it's I'm pretty sure it's just like against an ob one or whatever.
Okay, I was gonna say, should I?
Yeah,
roll
let me
that?
look. I'll get you set up here
Rolling.
first.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a strike versus
Draw weapon.
Draw weapon.
draw weapon, which
so it's
I
stat versus or
think
skill
is on
versus.
here.
Sorry, where I just.
I think
had
it's just like your skill versus like a one, like a standard obstacle.
it.
Strike versus
Yeah, usually if
But,
like
yeah,
like a strike
yeah,
v strike,
ob
it's ob one. Yeah.
ob one.
Okay.
So you just go ahead and add up your whatever normal forks you'd have there. And then let's see here, David. Because I'm happy to let you pray if you'd like
Yeah,
to as well.
that'd be cool.
That could be super fun. I'm trying to find the rule, and it's not. Here we go. Found it. Characters may speak a few words in each volley. They are not hesitating. That's up to 8 syllables. And they do not cost an action to perform. They can be sung at the same time as other actions. But I guess the
So you
question
can just do that
is-
whenever you want. You get 8 seconds per beat
I guess the question is, how long does it take to pray?
or 8 syllables. Yeah, I don't know. Help me, please. I can do that in 3 syllables.
Oh, here we go. A short prayer usually takes about 2 volleys to invoke.
Oh, so I can just like add that on.
Yep, you can just add it on for a thing you're doing during the 2 volleys.
Raw.
Love it.
That's
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. Especially for like can you imagine like a elf singing the Blade song? while he's
Exactly.
fighting?
Well, that's the reason
That
they're
would
doing
be
it, right? So
cool.
that you can actually sing while you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
I'm forking in anatomy, sensory discipline, and intimidation.
You can't do a straight fork on sensory, but the others do work, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just ob one.
I
As long as you don't
still am
epically fail.
trying to fork in junkwise at some point in a
All
funny
you got to
way.
do is whack him in the junk.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
They
Nah,
said
I'm already
they said
forking
to
in
interpret
anatomy.
wises liberally. All right.
Yeah, I think that's too liberally, but
I'm already forking in
Okay, cool.
anatomy. I think it's one or the other.
yeah,
Ah,
very,
Um,
very true.
And then base ob is literally just one.
I mean, if you're gonna pick
so-
one or the other, I'd pick junk wise.
Why did it try rolling again? Wow, what an awful roll. So many 2s and 1s.
Yeah. You got one under what you should have. But I mean, you hit him. So
Just give me 1 second. I'm modifying something.
what's the ad on your stick, Connor?
Should stay in your PTGS
Go to-
and gear.
Yeah. Roll down to your weapons. It should say the ad.
2. Power 2 add is
All
2
right.
as well.
So you get, and it has to be over, right? Yeah, it's add. So I think you get a mark. Right.
Mark.
I think so, because he has 4, but he would need 5 to get a superb, right? Because he needs 1 to hit, and then 2 to add, and then 2
Yeah,
to
it'd be
add,
3
right?
and 5. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
so a mark. And then
What does that mean?
That means you do your full power and weapon power when you hit instead of doing half or time and a half.
As a note, I did realize this guy. There's no reason this guy wouldn't have armor, so I gave him just like reinforced leather, like a weaker armor.
Okay.
You should still be fine, but he has like a leather armor.
What's your? That wouldn't have been worth it. What's your
Like
versus?
the wasteland armor.
Do you have versus armor on your stick, Connor? It'd be in the same spot.
No,
VA.
there's no VA.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a staff.
No voice activation.
Yeah, no voice actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's your power?
2.
What's
Oh,
the
my
power on
stat
your-
power?
Well,
My
both.
character's power? Or
I was going to ask you your weapon power later, so that's fine.
power is 4, weapon power is 2.
So you do 6. That'd be 6.
Yeah, B6
assuming that
is
his
what
weapon doesn't, or his armor doesn't stop you.
So I guess part of the question is
The
where are you
mini
hitting him?
wound.
Well, he decides that he doesn't have enough dice to change it. Or no, he does have 1. He could move
He has
it.
1 die.
Yeah, he could move it. So where does the guy want to be hit?
I think the torso.
Right. So then you have
I'll
1
go for the
extra
head.
success, Connor. You can move it 1 in area, I think.
Yeah, I'll go
From
for the
chest to head is 1, right?
Costs 1 success to hit the arms or legs, and 2 successes to hit the head.
Oh, okay.
2 successes. I can do fate, right, and see if I can get another success.
Sure.
Or does,
Yep.
or does the math not correlate straight to 1-to-1
Nope, it doesn't.
Yeah.
matter.
success
Yeah.
afterwards? It does.
Mhm.
I was just thinking about how at the beginning of the campaign, Caleb was like doing voice effects and stuff.
Yes.
No, it's gone.
Yeah, I don't have a soundboard anymore. And honestly, listening back through that second season is going to be a nightmare because
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
with all of your guys' noise, it's going to be impossible to make sound good. So
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm glad that I don't have it anymore.
So
Yes, you have to hit him in the torso, basically, or
Well,
the arms and legs.
Is he armored on the arms and legs?
He is. But
Okay.
it should be less. Torso always
It's
has
less.
the most armor.
Yeah. Right. So if you move it to his arm, he'll have less of a chance to stop you from hitting him. And you might as well, because you have 1 success. It's not enough to add, and you can move.
Yeah, I'll do his right arm, assuming he is
Mhm.
not.
It makes sense. He's drawing a knife. You whack him in the arm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You're like, get it. No. Bad
No knives
wizard.
for you. Go back to casting.
All right, so he succeeds on the armor roll.
Oh,
so
lame.
it blocks the hit. So he's able to, like, you hit him.
Oh, wait, he
but
got 2 dice for arm?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
2 dice is the reinforced leather that I put on him. So he doesn't have a
okay,
gambeson, which is like the very lowest. But I don't think you can
Oh.
have a gambeson over your whole
Gotcha,
body.
gotcha.
So this is the lowest armor you can have.
Oh.
Okay, so it blocks
Yeah.
it blocks the hit first. It just barely, right? Like he only hit a very limited amount of dice there, but it does block the hit. He didn't get a 1, so that doesn't affect anything. So then let's go ahead and do the first volley for Dellon and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
start
praying during this,
praying.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't read your copy.
Yep. Block and strike
Okay.
because he has a
I
shield.
don't know block.
Okay, I don't know exactly how that goes. Let's check.
Block and
Well, you
strike.
you
Doesn't it
split your
require a
pool.
Specific.
So
Right.
my defense would probably just be useless, and then
He has to have a shield, but he does.
Oh, I see. I
He has a
read
shield, yeah.
something different.
Okay, block and
Oh, requires shield training. Okay.
block versus block and strike.
I didn't even see block and strike on.
Oh, I thought. Oh, that's weird.
What the heck?
Yeah, why is it on here?
Maybe it's the same as Counter Strike.
It might be.
I think it's the same functionally. You split your pool and all that. You just have to have a shield.
What does it say for Counter Strike?
Against block?
Well, what is it like? What's block? Yeah, block against strike.
They
Or,
both are
counter
just
strike.
nothing. There's no rolls. It's just blank. So we just stand there and look at each other.
Interesting.
Apparently. Which is weird because how does it say defense from skill versus skill, defense from skill versus skill? I don't know. Maybe that's just the defensive part though, because the rest of this is like defense from skill versus skill, defense from skill versus skill. It doesn't say where to boot your strike from. So I wonder if that's just like a. But it would have to, because like, what if you were striking against a block?
Yeah.
I'm really confused.
It should have a little thing here. Block and strike. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't have a list of obstacles. So I guess there is some special rule here. Let's see.
Maybe you have to be like.
It just counts. I think it just counts as a block and a strike, I guess. So the block doesn't do anything because you're blocking, but he does do a strike. Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Block and strike counts as a block and a strike for the purposes of interactions. Yep.
But you have to split your dice for it, right?
Yeah. Test your divided opposed, but I can just put a 1, so he'll lose 1 die from it. But
right.
All right. Cool. That makes sense. So yeah, he's striking against your block. And we'll go ahead and roll that. So what is block versus strike?
It's just skill.
Skill versus skill. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and you're using a sword, so
right.
Sword versus sword, basically. Okie dokie.
Are you doing intimidation? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. I let Connor do it because the guy was literally like panicking as he tried to draw his weapon.
Okay.
But normally it's like a thing you have to like do in the actions. I think he only has a couple of forks here, so your ob is 6. Luckily for you, he already has a wound, so. I like to think that in that first exchange that you guys had with the Bloody Verses, there was a singular moment where you guys faced off for a moment and you managed to like scratch him across the face or something, right?
Yeah. Maybe that's why we both blocked. We did the thing in Star Wars where we both pose for no reason. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You twirl uselessly at the same time.
Oh goodness!
Nice.
That went well. That was a really good roll. Holy crap! I got so many 6s.
I think
if only you could spend successes on a block to do something.
Yeah. I don't think you really can, right? Like, there's nothing really to use there.
I think so. Can't.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, you block the strike, no problem. And then we have second actions in this. Oh, I guess we're doing one action at a time.
Oh yeah, because you only did.
Yeah, let's finish this volley first.
Okay,
so we'll go back through. Cantarius.
Yeah.
Does another strike, and he's also going to do a strike. So just like no. But again, he has penalties to this because he's not at optimal range.
Yeah, but you're both only at ob 1, so he doesn't have to do much.
Yeah. But again, Connor can always spend percent points to resist stuff like this, so to redirect the narrative away from all this. Okay, so he's gonna roll knives. Okay. He has. I think he had spent some time before this fight giving him a buff to. Well, I guess would he have given him to knives? Probably not. You know what? I think he would have. His ob is 3. 0.
No
all right, so he completely fails to stab you. Your ob is 1, Connor. You got another chance to just whack him.
Oh my gosh.
That was really bad. He has a 6 in knives, too.
He had 8 dice. He got 0. I mean, it's not as bad as me earlier, but still, holy cow.
So yeah, ob 1
Dellon, it looks like you got some competition.
I think you can fork an anatomy, but not
Who's
intimidation this time.
I don't know. 0 successes. I think you should get.
Yeah, but he also had 8 dice.
I mean, I'd be afraid if someone got closer to me with their staff.
Yeah, but like, there's a specific action you're supposed to take in fight to do intimidate on someone.
I also want people to keep their stabs away from me.
And then you can fork an intimidation after that, like in each.
No, like you can make them hesitate. There's a specific action where you intimidate them and make them hesitate, and then you just wall upon them for free.
If you do damage to someone, is there a hesitation? Isn't there like a
Yes. Once you get a wound on them, they have to make a steel test.
Yeah. So you could literally force him to take a steel test by hitting him, and then intimidate him, and he would just be stunned forever.
Yeah.
But you'd have to anticipate succeeding.
Mm-hmm. So Connor, go ahead and roll that.
I'm just still deciding. I think I'm putting 2 persona into this.
Nice.
This game hates me so much.
Well, hey, you got a mark. You got another mark,
Wow.
Long.
right?
That's crazy, dude.
You can spend
What the-
fate if you have a lot of fate.
Hated me
Now's the
for
time to use it.
years.
Well, you
Yeah,
got to get
no
through.
sixes. So
You might have to get through his armor anyways. And honestly, the real value here is making him flinch, and all you got to do is hit him. So
I'm surprised that succeeded.
So you can do another mark against his arm in the same way that you did last time.
That worked
Right,
out
so-
so well for me last time. Let's do it.
Well, again, he doesn't have a lot of dice to work
Ooh.
with here. It's likely that he just fails this. So
yeah, you just got to hope that he doesn't roll well for his armor. Nice.
Yep. So you get the hit on. It goes under his armor, and then you do a mark, which was what on yours?
Six.
B6. Okay, it's a light wound, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. But it's gonna like force him to make a steel test and stuff.
Yeah, that's the most important part.
And I'm pretty sure it's just a basic
gets
steel test. There's
penalties to
nothing else
dice.
really happening
Yeah,
there.
I think so. What'd you
What'd
say,
you say?
Connor?
and he gets penalties to dice moving forward with the light wound.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's true.
exactly. Yep.
Hopefully things can.
And it
steamroll
decreases
from
his
here.
reflexes and all that stuff. So it's pretty bad actually.
Yeah, there you go.
He
So
failed,
he-
nice.
he's gonna hesitate for 3 beats. So
Dude, I hope
Yeah,
those are
that's
all
it.
strikes, man.
Well, I can't do 3 strikes in a row.
yeah,
Right, that's true.
Yeah, his staff.
I hope those 2 are strikes.
Yeah, if you do 3 strikes in a row, you're out.
That's true, yeah.
Or
That
you
is
beat
the rules.
turkey.
All right, David, go ahead and do yours.
All right.
He's doing a strike.
I'm gonna set up a great strike. So I just do
okay.
nothing.
Well, luckily you have really good armor, so likely
Mhm.
he'll miss here. So
That's the hope. Otherwise, I just
Nice.
die.
I like that this fight is lasting longer than one volley.
Yeah.
This is more interesting than the other ones have been. All right, cool. So we got a longsword attack. There's normal forks here against Ob 1. Okay, gets a 4.
Almost didn't do it.
He's gonna spend. Actually, I don't know if this guy has any. No, I guess he has some fate. He has like 1 or 2 fate because he was there last session doing stuff. In the game. He's gonna spend 1 fate to reroll those 6s and fail
Jeez.
miserably. Okay,
So
so
get some mark at least, right?
yeah, I think just a mark. I guess
Same deal, I
same
think,
as
mark on an
same
arm,
as Cantarius. A mark on your arm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he would do. So go ahead and do your armor dice. Oh, I think he does have 1 VA because it's a
So he
superior
did a mark
quality
on
longsword.
Dellon. Does he have?
Oh,
to
he has
roll
a
for-
superiors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not great.
What were you saying,
Okay.
Adam?
Does Dellon have to roll for a skill test if he made a mark on his arm?
No, he has to roll armor first to see if it even goes through.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, you're safe. Any 1s on that? Yeah, there is a 1/1.
Oh, yeah.
Is it regular plated mail?
It's regular. So I think I roll a die of fate. No, that's
You-
I don't remember anymore. I think it goes down, right?
Let me check.
I think it just is worse if.
Run of the mill armor. Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Only
Why did I
1s
have-
count. Only 1/1 counts per roll. Yep. So it just gets damaged by 1.
Okay, I already had a damage on it for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't think
really
you've had a chance
decreased
to
the
fix it.
But when did it get hit?
I don't know.
My
I think
helmet
it
got
at
hit,
some
but I
point.
got a new helmet.
what about when you fought the giant goat?
Yeah, that's when I think he hurt my helmet. Or
I'm
something.
inclined
Did
to
you
leave
make,
it
like,
on
an
there because
actual
I don't think we would have.
resource roll or something to actually get a new helmet. I mean,
I
I
don't
got a
think
new
he's-
helmet. This is my arm. I don't know that I don't know when this would have ever happened.
Does anyone remember? I'm inclined to leave it on to if the character sheet says it to leave it as like the default. But
Didn't that happen during the first undead guy?
oh, you know what? That's probably what it was. It was probably
right,
during the
yeah.
fight with Constantino, the first time.
Oh, yeah, that
And everything's been
Makes
literally it's
sense,
been
yeah.
like thing after
was.
thing after
he
that.
shot me with a crossbow. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. It's been like there has been no time to get this armor repaired since then. So
Okay.
yeah, so another damage on that on your arm there. All right, cool. And then let's get over to Alphonse, do 1 volley of that, and then we can probably call the session there, right?
Okay. I'm gonna put this out to the crowd.
Yeah.
If I do dismiss as my first action, I have 30 dice.
What? How is that possible?
What?
Using everything, I have 30 dice.
What does the dismiss do? Does it double your pool or something?
It doesn't double your pool.
It gives you plus 2.
I think he's going to spend a deeds point, right?
No. Okay. We'll go through it together.
That's
All right.
I was going to say 30 dice is a lot.
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
That's 8. I'm going to be rolling with that. Seduction, I get plus 2.
Why are you? You're not almost guaranteed you're not going to be able to use seduction. I don't know why.
Caleb.
Well, no, we already talked about this. The only chance you would have had to use seduction would have been the body of argument. And we already said no to that. You don't know what
I'm going to say.
Jared, I hope
you don't know you don't know what he's saying.
You need to.
Is Alphonse going to go like?
We have to actually say it first before you can just decide. What you're forking.
Alphonse is going to start like.
But go ahead. Tell me your other forks.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know Alphonse rolled like that.
We're gonna move past this as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I thought he was reformed though.
Yeah.
Unless he's just acting.
Yeah, probably.
He's
acting. All right, bullcrap wise, that's 1. Someone keep track of this, please. Falsehood 1, empathy 1, haggling 1, conspicuous 1, oratory 1. Court gossip wise 1, noble wise 1, intimidation 1, 2 from rapier wit, 1 from Adam, 3 from persona, 3 from magic, and
they just add the magic.
And then 2 from dismissal. That's 30. Yeah,
and 2 from dismissal. Yeah.
How do you just add 3 for the magic?
He made a magic roll beforehand.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you can somehow find a way to get all of that into your persuasion test, then I suppose so. Yeah. All right. I mean, you again, keep in mind you don't know what he's going to do. So,
well, dismiss is good against anything. It looks like because it's
but
it's
like
basically just all in.
Mm-hmm. But he might be able to take successes off of yours if he's doing a defensive action, right?
Maybe.
Well, you have cons for persuasion, right? So you can reinforce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
that's just re-rolling,
and he has a deeds point.
Yeah, the thing is, I was going to put a deeds point and just make them all automatic successes.
I mean, you could. It's up to you.
That would be pretty cool.
You can also double your pool with a deeds point instead and roll 60.
And that's where the other thing comes. I could do a rebuttal as well, and then I could have 30 attack dice and 30 defense dice with a reroll.
I mean, that would be better because the problem with dismissal is that if you somehow don't.
But then I only have 28 dice, so I'm doubling 28. So I don't have the.
You should have just
That's still plenty.
Just do like 60 dice against a point, and then he might do some damage. But then, unless you don't want to take any,
that's the thing. I mean, if Alphonse gets a complete victory here, that would be tremendous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you could do,
and it would be white. It would be white shaded as well because I'd be Aristeid.
True.
What does Aristeid do?
You can temporarily shift.
Temporarily shade shift. Yeah.
Okay. And what are all the things you can do?
Why would you temporarily? Because of what?
Aristeid.
It's just the amount of
spending his last deeds point that he needs.
Deeds lets you either make all of your dice successes, double the pool, or I feel like there's one other thing.
You can also, I think, ignore like all wounds for an entire scene or something crazy like that.
Well, I'm already doing that, ignoring my 1 wound.
Yeah.
So
these all seem like cool options. Up to you.
Yeah. I mean, I think
if I did rebuttal first, I could just put 18 automatically success, and then the rest automatically success into defense.
Wait, hold on. Should I have made a faith roll? That probably would have give him some wisdom. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. If Alphonse was able to do his magic, that's fine with me.
Is rebuttal an offense and a defensive thing? Is how that works?
It is. Yeah.
Then you should do that. I mean, if you can get 28 dice doubled, there's no way he's going to have.
Or I could spend both of my deeds points.
And on either end, double and double. You could.
Double and automatic success.
You can spend the absolute maximum Arthur you can spend on anything is 2 fate, 3 persona, and 2 deeds points at once.
Can I make a faith roll for him?
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and do that first. That makes sense.
You're
You're just gonna try to give him dice?
What can I actually do?
You're just gonna try to give him dice.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I don't need help. I have so much fate to open it.
Do I roll for that, or because I'm not giving him a faith roll, or he's not making a faith roll, so I just give him dice by rolling for faith?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
What's that?
So, it would be. This might not give you a test.
6.
Yeah, it's not going to be a 6.
Okay, I need a stronger test. I need it to be like, what can I even do?
I don't think there is anything really that makes sense here. Yeah.
Well, Adam, do you have any social skills that are 5 or above?
Oh, like I think my persuasion is above 5.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Then I get 31 total or 29 if I don't do dismiss.
Yeah. The thing that makes the most sense here, Theo, is aid. I'll 4.
Well, it's like, what was it, that one thing where I think it was David was telling me, it was like, as you get really good at something, you stop getting tests. Or I think it was actually Jared, because he's just making he's not making any difficult tests, and so he's not progressing it.
Yeah,
I've just been 8 for a while.
Although faith might be okay, because I could just do a miraculous thing, so it might be okay. I could make it difficult. I guess I'll just do it just to help him out.
Yeah.
Watch, I'll fail.
Nice. Yeah, you give him the max dice you can give, so an extra 3 dice there, Jared.
Holy crap. All right, so I'm at 34 or 32. The thing is, with a dismiss, I'm able to just pile everything into it, though. And just go through all those points, where as a rebuttal, it would be harder to...
That's true.
Get everything in. It would all depend on what his opening card is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's a point, we'll just kill each other. But if it's...
Up to you. You gotta guess. What am I gonna do?
David, do you think it's worth it?
For what specifically? Sorry, I was
doing the dismiss at right off the bat.
I mean, I feel like the only real benefit the dismiss gives you is the +2 dice and the ability to block anything. But I feel like if you do the rebuttal and the rebuttal, then you already have a block and an attack, and it's safer. I don't know. The dismissal would be funnier. I think it actually depends on which mode of conversation you think you'll be able to fit all your forks into.
I mean, I guess a rebuttal could just be like a dismiss, like the same argument, because I'm rebutting why you shouldn't pay attention to his argument.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
But what if he doesn't say anything? Uh-oh.
Well, does a rebuttal only work if they say something?
Yeah.
Oh, then just use dismissal. Yeah, there's no reason to gamble that. And dismissal still blocks things. It's just that it gets weaker.
I just don't understand how all of the different things interact with one another, that's the problem I'm having.
I like it would be really a waste to
each thing interacts
like defend everything and then do no damage if he doesn't even do it.
Well, but that's the thing. You can assign your pools after you realize this. So if he does like a purely defensive action or something, you can just put a 1 in defense and do everything else in.
Yeah, here's the problem though. So for a rebuttal, you get to do nothing if they avoid, feint, incite, or do a rebuttal. You only get to roll if there's a dismiss, an obfuscate, or a point. Whereas with dismiss, you can roll literally no matter what he does. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those are standard ob 1. 2 of them are reverses. So you are guaranteed to be able to hit with a dismiss, and you are guaranteed to be able to defend yourself if they're attacking you. Well, maybe not.
You can't defend.
No. Dismiss. Sorry, if he makes a point, then he gets to make a standard attack against you. Otherwise, well, maybe an incite as well. I'm not sure. Incite against dismiss is standard. So there are a few attacks he could make where he'd also get to hit you. But if he tries to obfuscate or do a rebuttal, it's versus. And if he does anything defensive, you just have a standard roll. So it's definitely the strongest by far. You just have to be able to win, and obviously you can. So I think that makes sense, because if you do a rebuttal and you go all in on it, there's a good chance.
It does sound pretty Alphonse.
It does.
To just dismiss. Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about how like a character doing that would be hilarious, but probably fail. Alphonse would be the one to pull it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I'm good. The first one is dismiss. I'm pretty sure I put the right one where it's supposed to go. But
All right, let's
flip them.
I was doing rebuttal.
Oh, so he literally. That's best of both worlds. That's awesome.
Because what is the?
I
normal,
actually
right?
never mind. I don't remember. You need to. I closed the thing on accident.
Yeah, I'm looking. So you're doing dismiss versus rebuttal. Yeah, it's just a versus test. Against, right? So he will defend against your dismiss and then be able to attack on his own.
Yeah.
But honestly, at least I, as a player, know now the best option for me is to defend as hard as possible.
But would he really do that?
Yeah. Well, we got to play it out. Okay. So the way this works is, you are going to dismiss him, and then he's going to try to rebut. So what do you say?
All right. Okay. I need to sort all of my brains.
You have so many forks that you're trying to lobby for.
Yeah. The first thing I do is like I just like walk up like silently, and I just take off my armor and like my shirt. And
okay,
like I let like the radiance of the holy god's radiance just flow out from my skin.
Are you completely naked?
No, just like my armor torso. And my torso up. Yeah.
Also, I like how this takes you 30 minutes because you're wearing plate armor. So like, come on, give me 30 minutes.
I teleport out of it.
Jared, I don't think you have the option. Like you literally, you will have to roll to do this, or spend 30 minutes trying to get your armor off.
Okay, I'll teleport out of it. That's fine.
All right.
If you fail, you just don't do it, or
I mean, can he do that as part of a beat? Like, I mean, that's a spell, right?
Well, yeah, Duel of Wits is longer. It's not like an action,
I suppose, and it's also like teleporting would be useless if it took forever. So, well, not totally useless, but
I'm gonna say Ob 5.
Wait, what? We've done this before. I don't think that was an Ob 5.
If it not, should have been to teleport out of your entire. Like, I don't think you teleported out of your armor. Last time.
When I fought Dellon at the beginning, I teleported out of the armor and used that as a distraction.
Almost positive you teleported out of your cloak.
No, it was out of the armor because the armor was useless.
Oh, right, because it was like all banged up and stuff. Yeah. Okay, I don't. What do you think the ob was going to be, David? I could look up stuff here, but I want to give it.
I'm literally just teleporting 2 feet, but just choosing not to teleport part of me with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe out of a suit of armor would be easier than like out of clothing because it's like sort of its own. I don't know. Only to teleport out of your armor and your shirt and not your pants. I don't know. I
mean, I'm fine with accidentally teleporting that could be the fail condition. I'm just standing there naked.
Right. Okay. I'll compromise. We'll go Ob 4. I still think this will be difficult.
Okay.
More difficult than you're thinking.
Yeah.
What's your magic at, or what's your teleport?
It's fine. Where did that go?
It's fine.
You're not going to get a chance to boost yourself here, by the way.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm just gonna fork it in.
Orb, right?
Yes, you can do that.
So if he fails, does he get like an ob to his?
Yeah, I mean he'll be naked in front of the god, so yes.
But one of them's already seen him naked, so
yeah. So I'll fork in continuous for 1 and essential for 2,
and
then I get or magic, so that's another 2, and I don't know if this one's named or not because I've just teleport. Is this different than just teleporting? Would this be a different skill?
What do you mean?
Because if you have a magic skill mastered, you get +2, and I have just teleporting.
Yeah, teleporting out of your armor, I think, is a separate thing. Yeah.
So that's a separate skill, is just teleporting out of clothes.
I mean, yeah. Again, the way that this works is it has to do with the action that you're choosing to do. I don't think arcane I could be really granular with it too, and be like, and I didn't do this when we started, but I could have been like, if it's a different ob, it's a different spell because of different factors and stuff, like doing it larger and smaller and stuff like that. But I think going out of your armor like this is different enough that it needs to count as a separate spell.
Okay. I'll name it here.
Because otherwise, teleport isn't a spell.
Yeah.
Like there's enough variation with what you can do with that it has to be broken into separate spells.
Okay. What's a good name for this, guys?
Dynamic entrance.
Oh, that's a good one. Dynamic entrance. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
That's what was it?
Naked entrance.
Yeah. That's what Guy Sensei yells in Naruto when he flies into the room to kick somebody. Dynamic entrance. Or entry, something like that.
Go for it.
You said up 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. You got a
That's
lot of sixes there. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. So you teleported off just fine. You know, the armor clatters to the ground. If you somehow fail this duel of wits, I will have Tannis kill you. It's gonna be great.
And I just like radiate like the holy god's energy.
At the very least, you have an aura of magic going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a soft, like golden light.
Mm-hmm. Golden embrace, you might say.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a golden shower.
Oh boy.
So what do you say, Alfons?
I just like slowly just pan the audience and like meet their gaze.
Wait, why'd you put point down?
Huh?
That's not right.
Oh. Yeah.
Sorry, did you say my name?
I guess I got rid of dismissal and put point at the end, but
yeah, it's fine.
I said it was a dismiss.
Yeah, you did.
Do you see where your cowardice has gotten you? The one true God has chosen an idiot like me to take your place.
Wait, what?
And I point to Adam. I'm like, that dead idiot too. We're his new stewards because of your cowardice. We're cleaning up your mess because you're up here in heaven cowering, despite all of this supposed power that you have. This man over here, and I point at the war guy.
Tannis.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm arguing with, right?
As he calls him.
Well,
the
no,
war guy.
Atarian is the main guy that you're arguing with, the leader of the gods. Tannis is the god of war.
Okay, I have to rethink that argument.
Sorry, yeah, not the same people. Remember, Atarian is the guy that you imitated back in season 2 with your golden armor.
Yeah. I thought I was debating Tannis for some reason.
No.
Or no, the war. Okay, whatever.
Tannis is the war god. Yeah.
I mean, just outside. I mean, obviously he's gonna make a roll for it, and whatever he says is goes. It just sounds like a bullcrap roll because he's chosen us to replace you. And it's like, well, that's not for sure yet. I mean,
no, that's for sure. I'm getting falsehood, bullcrap.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting everything in here. Tall tale teller.
I think if anything, they're kind of like, I don't know if I believe that, but I'm scared that it might be true.
Oh. Yeah, I get another one for tall tale teller, so I'm at 35 right now.
Or it's kind of like they're in denial, like, no, you can't be replacing us, but they're like scared enough where it's not like, you're just lying. They're kind of like they're defensive about it. I could just picture that. Like, no, you wouldn't do that. No, they don't replace with you. No, that's not gonna happen. He's just like saying the thing out loud, and that's kind of like freaking him out.
Okay. I forgot where I left off. All right. Once this is all over, do you really think the one true God is just going to let you reclaim your position as the gods of Ash? No, he's going to replace you. And I think you all know what that entails. all of us here, we have one shot left to make it through here. And as you've seen through, what was the other god's name? The guy who got corrupted?
Melkadri.
You've been fooled. Melkadri was possessed by a demon. All of your space who's a what's its predictions are completely wrong. And you're not safe from them. They can possess you just like they can possess me. Although they haven't possessed me, but you know, that's another.
I was able to resist it.
Yeah. I was able to resist it because I'm not a coward, but
Hey.
Yeah.
Got him.
It's just sad, really, that you've resorted to mating with us humans, since apparently us demigods are better than the original article.
Oh man.
I think that covers everything, right?
I don't know.
Rounds.
Probably not seduction, but everything else.
Oh yeah, I got naked.
No.
Caleb! Caleb.
Listen.
Caleb. I just like this whole
You're
thing.
talking.
room.
This is the thing, Jared.
Oh, okay. And after this is done, maybe we can see about making some more. Since apparently, I point to the god of war. He's incapable of satisfying. There you go, Caleb. You pushed me.
David, what do you think?
Wait, what are you doing now?
I just don't see it as a fork. He's talking to a target. He's talking to I'm
talking
god.
to every.
He's offering his body to a bunch of guys. I don't know that they would believe it.
Yeah. It also, like, I don't think they care, right? Like,
well, that's the role.
I don't think.
I'm not.
I don't know. I feel like
the majority of them.
I already have a success. I already have a success rate. Well, I mean, they're probably half women, right?
Yeah, something like that. I've described several at least.
That's like a 10%.
all of them who now know that you had sex with your mom.
That I'm so good in bed. That the goddess of marriage broke her vows. That's how good.
Yeah, but that kind of sounds like her.
That's her MO.
Yeah. I don't know. This feels like a stretch.
Well, like she's married to everybody.
Yeah.
You still got 28 dice. I feel like you're probably.
Well, no,
okay.
it's
I know. He's got a lot of dice.
30, it's 33 now after Adam helping me.
It's okay.
And adding Tall Tale Teller.
It's just one. I don't think it should be it.
What was the tall tale?
Maybe that was the tall tale.
The god of war is good. Well, yeah, that could be part of it. But there were multiple. Like the one true god is going to come and slaughter all of you after this is done.
Well, I don't know if that's a tall tale, but I guess you don't know.
He doesn't know though. It's a tall tale for him so far.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So his rebuttal, as we're playing this out, is well, maybe I just want to roll that now, just so I know whether or not his rebuttal is good or not.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you and one army.
I think,
right, exactly.
I mean, he's going to be. I mean, if he just I should roll mine as well and just see whether or not I need to spend the deeds.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Wait, how can you? Because it's a war room. In your war room.
Never get naked in your war room. That was how I went sweat my clothes. I listened to that recently for the first time in like 10 years.
Yeah, that's a good song.
So good.
Whoa.
Nice. That's a lot of successes.
It is a lot of successes.
That's literally crazy.
That sucks.
It's not enough to beat him, though.
But your 6 is automatically
wait.
I mean, if you want to...
I got one for that, but I mean, I may as well use my call on. Mm-hmm. So how many failed dice is that?
All right. It's going to be anything that's a 2 or a 1. 1, 2, 3,
I wouldn't spend
4,
it all
5,
just on the first one, though.
6,
Unless you want to
7,
really not even go to the next round.
Yeah, I'm not going to the next round.
9. So yeah, 9, I think.
Wait, what?
Was it?
Whoa, that was a tier. Oh, it's not
That's a
gray shaded. You need to make sure to gray shade it.
Oh, okay.
Got to gray shade the luck. When you
Was
So the first
oh.
one is 3,
yeah.
and then this is
1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
so
7
5
more.
more. Or 7
That was a
more.
routine roll. Oh, you had 0. Never mind. You put 0.
I think you beat him. Because all you need is 18.
Yeah.
You
I
got
don't even need to
34
spend. I'm
successes.
too good. I don't even need my deeds. Come on.
You should just
Yeah.
make the oratory harder. Just start adding obstacles for him.
No, this isn't fate. We can't do that. Yeah, cool. I think you do it.
All right, so I mean, you feel free to.
Yeah, I know.
I think he's
I'm
just so flabbergasted by all of the what's the word for just disrespecting the gods and authority like they're nothing.
Yeah,
There's a
the
word for that.
disregard for the
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
So I think he is silent. And as you're standing next to each other, I think we see him look down at you, and we get a shot that kind of makes it clear the two different glows emanating off of the two of you. And for some reason, and he frowns because he notices that yours is more powerful than his, and he's not sure what that means. And
Who was he talking to?
Not the size of the glow that
Atarian.
matters. Okay.
I mean, apparently, it is,
Atarian,
the House of
the
Marriage was pretty
leader of the
impressed.
gods. What I mean is it's like the great god's power is more powerful than him, right? Like that's that Alfons has right now. And so he frowns and he's like, Narani, you have worked with this mortal for some time now. I may not approve of all of your methods, but you had a plan in all of this. And he turns back. What do you say?
And he sees me flossing.
And Narani looks at you, Alphonse, and she says, Alphonse, man, I really don't know. This is so a monumental of a change. In one roll too, we didn't even get a chance to really do any back and forth at all on this. It's so thunderous. Okay, so Narani just is shaking slightly, and she just says, Alphonse, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for... And we see some of the other gods look at her like, what do you mean you didn't mean? And she said, I know, it was all me. I understand that now. This is my fault. But it wasn't meant to go like this. You were supposed to win. You were supposed to get the artifacts and maybe not save the world, but you weren't supposed to destroy it. We were supposed to get the artifacts back. We were supposed to be able to do good things again. I had a plan, Alphonse. All of this. Seducing your father. Killing Cantarius' wife.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Making sure that Antonius
You sent Combustion Man after us? Well, that's not his name, but
that's definitely the vibes we're getting from this. She goes on. She feels like she has to spill it, like this is her penance, right? And so she says, making sure that Antonius and his wife separated. You know I have power over marriage. She looks at you, Theo. I'm sorry. I gave you a deal because I set it up in the first place. Without me, Yvonne would never have taken an interest in your wife. But you have to understand, I did this for a reason. The gods were failing. We know that. We understand that. But we didn't want to use what had been given to us. The artifacts are ours. She's like looking around at the gods at this point. They're our birthright. We can use them as they were meant to be used. But maybe that's not what matters anymore. Maybe we've given up that right.
I'm picturing like the scene in Lord of the Rings. Fight for us. Now hold your oaths fulfilled.
Right.
Gain your honor.
Yeah, and
That's
Theo, if you
kinda
want
what
to step in at any point and say a few words, you're welcome to. Right. We've kind of moved past the.
I honestly feel like that's kind of what he'd say. He says like fight for us and regain your honor. You know, we'll respect you if you'll gain like some respect if you actually like show up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not saying like, oh yeah, you deserve to be here. He's just saying like, maybe you could die. You know, he's implying like you could die with honor, and that would be worthy. Not know.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last thing she says. She looks at you, Alphonse, and she says, "One of the most important reasons of all, why I lined all of this up in the first place.
So we could be together.
There's no. There's only one way this ends, Alphonse. Your son has to be the one to activate the artifacts." She looks around. I was aware of Melkadri's condition. I used it to my advantage more times than not. I saw things. I know things. This is my plan. It has always been my plan. Marriages, deaths, drownings, lineages have risen and fell at my command for this moment, to make sure that that child was born. He looks at you. She looks at you again, Alphonse. Give him the artifacts, and he will save the world.
Nasty.
I think he's kind of possessed right now. He kind of just like mumbles out. He is possessed, right?
Oh, yeah, your son is possessed. Yeah, I thought you were saying you're possessed.
No.
Narani.
I mean, he kind of just like mumbles it out because he's kind of like shocked at all of the reveals and the bringing up that he actually has a son instead of a nephew.
Right.
I think he's possessed.
I know. That wasn't supposed to. Atarian, we must fight. At the very least, I must clean up my mess. Fortis, the god of library, stands up at that point, and he says, I've been telling you all of this for some time now. The great god has called on us one last time. We must answer the call. I was content to let his chosen vessels make this plea, as mine has seemed to have fallen on deaf ears, but now I join my voice with theirs. Atarian crosses his arms. He says, we answered the call once to come to this place. In a world that was raging with a cataclysm. We left and we came here. And now we will stop another apocalypse. And he suddenly, in his golden armor, golden sword, the other gods stand up straight and their costumes change. But the one thing that does happen is Tanis, his knuckles turn white on his sword. And then he attacks Atarian. And that's where we end our episode.
You're just going to have them like roll against each other? Or? You just
Well, I think that well, we can talk about this. Let's zoom out here. I don't think. Well, okay, maybe he doesn't attack Atarian. I think Tanis does not want this to happen one way or another, right? He is against this, but it's possible. I'm trying to think of the most fun version of this.
I'm okay with him attacking him if you.
I mean, I think he'd attack me because I basically called him. I don't know if that's a
lot of awful things.
Okay. Yeah,
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I don't know if that word's appropriate.
He kills Alphonse, or he kills Alphonse, and Alphonse just pops back up as a ghost right there.
Strike me down and become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, that's true. He might go for Alphonse. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm opening it to the class here. I'm curious. He's not going to like this, but I want to give a suitably dramatic.
I think it would go for Alphonse because I think
so too.
That makes sense.
But now Alphonse doesn't have a sword, so this is going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally. I mean, he's got a persona, right? He might die, like I did. I died, and he could die. I mean, kind of be back, and he might try to kill you again or something. But at least your body would be like. I have to figure out how to like get back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make like a bigger faith roll to bring us both back to life. I don't. If he doesn't kill your ghost or whatever.
Well, if I don't die and your faith fails, you can hit your ride in my body.
Okay, so this is the thing. I think I actually want to play it a different way. I think I'm going to say that Tanis white knuckles his sword and grits his teeth, but goes along for now. Because I think it's more interesting if he waits for the opportune moment. The opportune moment for him is not attack Alphonse right now and definitely get cut down by all the other gods, right? That's the only outcome for this. Even if he does happen to kill Alphonse, I don't think he would be that stupid. So I think he's going to wait. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's do that. That's fine.
What?
Yeah, empathy test ob 4.
I'm gonna fork in noble wise.
Sure.
Yeah, but even if he understands that he's angry about it, he's not gonna like figure out his plan.
Yeah, but he might know the intent to wants to kill Alphonse or something, right? Yeah, actually, that's true. Alphonse, the only way let's back up from this. I don't think this Alb 4 empathy is going to give you anything, because you already know his intent. Like you can tell he's looking at you. He wants to kill you.
You can tell that he's angry. Yeah.
Yeah. The way to actually know what he's going to do is Ob 7 know a belief.
Oh, okay. For empathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it's Ob 7. Let me double check that. Yep. Seeing a belief. You need to be able to know what he's actually going to do belief wise, not his immediate intent in the moment.
I didn't do that right. I didn't put any dice. I don't think I put any dice. Oopsies. I do get 3 though, because
that's true. Yep. Got 2 6s.
Yeah, could the gods could the saints bring me back?
Gray shaded.
Empathy is not gray shaded.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we already talked about this. It's based on will and perception, and so it increased when you opened it, but it's not.
You're right.
It's so close. So Alphonse, you see on his face, you see this, you're wondering about it, but you can't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. And I think that's a challenging test for empathy if you need it, Alphonse.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, if that's fine with you guys, I think that's where we call our episode, and the gods will join the fight, and demons. There's obviously a whole bunch of stuff going on in the entire world that needs to be taken care of too. So it's not like the gods are going to come down to the battlefield and solve all your problems for you. But at the very least, things aren't going to get worse, right? You guys can. You guys are going to be able to deal with the problems in front of you without worrying about the demons hordes slowly just devouring the world or anything, right?
Yeah.
So cool stuff, yeah. And we can finish that fight with Cantarius and Dellon, and figure out what Theo and Alphonse are going to do next. Real quick, I guess what's your plan? I'm curious.
Can the gods revive me or something?
Yeah.
Do they have the power over that? And they're all all right, let's go. They all leave and take Alphonse.
Alphonse leaves too, and you're just stuck there.
Guys.
Anyone have an idea?
I mean, I'm wondering if they could, if they're oh yeah, there's they see the aura on us, and he's oh, we could probably work something out. He's only mostly dead. But
yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, is there some sort of god that has power over this, or am I going to just have to make a faith roll, or can I aid the faith roll with all of their power or something?
Yeah, one of those
almost
is
like
true.
a faith roll. That'd be kind of interesting.
We can
because
think
they
about
are
it for next time, but I like the idea that like you get together with the gods and you're like, okay, so I need to come back to life. Help. That's fun. Cool. All right, let's do beliefs and instincts and all that jazz. Cantarius. Did you use the intellectual discipline?
I did not.
All right.
No, or I did. I didn't roll intellectual discipline, but I did fork it in. So I my character is still using it. It's up to your discretion if I'm still using it to clear my obstacles despite the risks.
Yep.
You're
still in the middle of aiding Dellon in the battle against Shoei. Like you haven't done it really yet. So fate points there.
And then create an opening so that I can pursue him. I mean,
you're still working on it.
But yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing, but it's kind of the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, the good way to get like a persona or something on that in this situation is to take this guy down before Dellon takes his guy down, and then just run, just go and find Faustus instead of helping Dellon. Right, up to you, but that could be one way to do it.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that, but
yeah, I figured as much, but. Okay. I don't think there's like an extra Arthur thing for you. It was pretty straightforward, with you guys today. Just doing some fight stuff.
Yep.
Dellon.
Yeah. Let's see. I didn't do anything with the Inquisition or the demons and stuff. I helped Cantarius fight. And I helped.
He kind of helped you fight.
Well, true. I didn't really like actively protect him at all, but
I'll give you a fate point for the mountain before us looms ever larger. Like that's still happening here, but I think to actually get like persona on make sure you get out of the battle alive. There should be a moment somewhere here. Where you have to,
I wasn't saying that I did it. I was just thinking more like fate, or I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree. And then you're working on that last one, fight Shoei. Fate point.
I don't know that anything bad happened.
Yeah, it's gone actually pretty well for you so far.
Yeah,
with all the fight stuff.
Cool.
Cool. And then Alphonse, the man of the hour.
I get a fate for the first one, I think, because I got the gods to come help save my nephew.
Yeah.
Slash son.
You're working on making sure that they can help. You rallied the gods.
I rallied the gods.
Yep,
one.
persona.
And then I survived Tanis.
Yep.
Despite my best efforts.
Yep.
And I think my rapier wit got me into trouble.
Yep, I'll give you a fate point for that. Certainly. I'll give you a fate point for humor. Obviously, there were plenty of good humor moments from Alphonse this time. We'll do embodiment. Great speech from Alphonse.
Is that a persona?
Yep.
I got all the persona back I spent. Let's go, boys.
Nice. Just looking at your traits here. I don't know if there's another trait that really came up in an Artha-worthy way.
Places visited. I went to my mama's house. Places visited.
That's not a thing on your character sheet.
Everybody's been to your mom's house.
Yeah.
Literally.
Quite literally. So this is the thing we're going to talk about. Did Alphonse earn a deeds point?
It wasn't really that difficult.
I know it wasn't difficult, but that's because he had a bunch of, like, he had set himself up for it in advance.
But is his belief this, though? It's not like...
So here's the thing I'm thinking of.
That was the start of the build-up, but the last belief, or the last deeds thing I had was accepting, like, my mistake and, like, my son, that I have a son, and taking ownership of that. I think this was the first step of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, not like the only reason the first big step towards
the only reason I suggest it is because it does say you must do something that benefits more than just the character and do it for reasons other than personal gain. So, for example,
I feel like this is mostly about him.
Yeah,
too,
you
right?
Right, actually.
Like he gains a lot from that.
Also, helping another character accomplish goals that are anathema to your goals. No, that's not relevant either. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
It just seems like such a
ownership of my son first.
A setting changing thing.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
A big deal.
That it is definitely a big deal.
I mean, I'll take another
So-
persona.
I'm not sure what I would put that on, but
Right skill, right time.
no.
All of them. All of the skill.
Yeah. You know what? I will actually give you that one, Jared. Fate point. Like, let's be real. The only reason
Wait a
that
second.
happened
Oh,
the
no,
way
it's
it
only
did,
something.
the only way that happened the way it did is because Jared made his character to maximize persuasion, right? The only possible way he could have convinced all of the gods to return and to fight with Elf.
Yeah.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah.
How does the thing, or if I aided his persuasion, I also get a persuasion roll?
You get a
Yes.
third. You get a challenging. I think.
I think I get a challenging, yeah, because it was like a 10, right?
Well, you did 2. You helped him twice. So first time it was against 1. So I don't think you need a routine, but yeah, I think it would be a challenging. The other one.
Gotta remember to do that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do you need it? Persuasion. You do. Hey, you just advance it.
Let's
Unless you
go.
Let's go.
Unless you just marked it.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. You got that. You needed one more. Challenging. Oh, I just made your skill 77. No.
77.
All right. Cool. Last but not least, we got Theo.
Okay, hold on.
Let's
I
see.
did work towards strengthening my faith. I succeeded, I guess. I didn't. I
Yeah, I
succeeded in the faith roll.
I don't think it counts because you need to work on advancing it. Right. That's the belief.
I thought I get a fate for that.
No. We talked about this with Cantarius. That's the reason Cantarius changed his belief about it, because you have to have actually gotten an advance. Like just rolling OB1 tests on faith doesn't do anything for this belief. You could do that until the cows come home and it won't do anything.
That's the whole point of a fate, though.
No, fate is working on it. You didn't actually work on it at all. You made a faith test and it did not work towards advancing your faith. You did not strengthen your faith.
Oh, you just mean like because it was a routine.
But I thought
Exactly.
you and Connor settled this debate last time, and that
No. So we
would
settled
get
it originally. I changed my mind, and then we changed his belief to be it's about the risks of using it constantly and making bad things like his
Gotcha.
health and stuff like that, rather than advancing it. So
I remember
It's
having
been a
this
long
discussion
journey with
literally
this.
every single week.
yes. Because it always seems weird to me when you oh, you made a roll on it. It did nothing for your skill, but somehow you get paid
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was frustrating to me too, but I didn't. I was like, I just think his system is just wonky with like tests. And stuff,
Part of it is
so.
that it doesn't give us a clear ruling on it. So that's me as the GM
Yeah.
having to decide what I want it to look like. So
Well, I think how it worked out is perfect. But before that, I was like, there is no
Sure.
good answer to this. You just can't
Yeah,
make beliefs around this because you can't advance skills consistently or properly.
Mhm. All right. So their second belief there: if the patron saints prove themselves to be enemies of God, I will say that they're replaced. That did not end up coming up. So nothing there. But then you helped Alphonse convince the patron saints to help save it one last time. So persona.
Could you argue? I mean, I know this particular scene I didn't make like a huge faith roll, but the fact that I called him up and I knew he could persuade them. I'm persuading them to do the right thing, but I hate all of them, so I want them all to die. I feel like there's a conflicting.
Yes, if you had played into it in the session, if you had decided, like, if you had actively opposed Alphonse convincing them or in some way, right? Like that's how you get Arthur there. But you were just helping
he
him.
helped.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He did the.
So I know. I'm saying he gets for belief 3, but not belief 2. Belief 2 was if they don't.
Oh yeah,
prove
not
them-
belief too. I was thinking.
So what are you saying then?
Okay, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I was thinking like a contrary thing.
But you didn't act contrary to it at all, right?
No.
All right, cool. I don't think there's a whole lot else for Theo.
Wait, what did I actually? Did I get something from that?
You got a persona.
For the last one? Okay.
Yep. But like this was Theo having failed last time, called on his friend to do it for him. So he's a support character this time. Otherwise, I think we're good. Only other thing to consider would be steal tests that are likely to have been gotten this time. Especially like being in the presence of gods and stuff, right?
I got attacked by a god a couple times.
You did exactly. So let's.
I think I
take a
should
look
get
at
3 different steel tests. You tried to kill me 3 different times.
that. No.
Technically, I was helping you fight him, so.
All right, being in the presence of the divine. Both of you take Ob 10 steel tests, Alphonse and Theo.
Hop 10. Wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's challenging for you, I assume. Let's see. What else we got?
What do I actually need for steel? I think I'm pretty close, actually, to getting like a 9 or something. I'm at an 8. I need, I think, 2 challenging. 2 challenging, and I'm at a 9 steel. Which I basically, you said we each take 2?
No, you get a 1 challenging test.
Only 1, but I need 2.
Yeah, I there's nothing else in here that would count for.
I think we were in front of like 20 different divine beings, so I think that should be 20 challenging
Mm,
tests.
No, that's not how it works. So you also, Alphonse, what's your steel at?
7.
7. Okay, yeah, it's not going to matter for you. You. There's nothing else that happened. Even being attacked by the god, it's not enough to get another. Just being in the presence of the divine is the test there.
No difficulties either.
No, nothing. If you have you said you have a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't participate in a mass battle, get shot with a bow, stab someone to death, murder in cold blood, or witness.
It was in a mass battle.
Yeah, no, I was just going through for Alphonse and Theo.
Yeah.
So now I'll go through for you guys, right? So, yeah, you both participated in a mass battle, so Ob 5 test for both of your steals, if that counts for a test for anything. What do you guys have for steel?
I have 8. I don't think that's because I need it. Well, it depends on the order I do it.
You didn't participate in a mass battle. This is for David.
Oh,
I have 9.
Oh, sorry.
9
steel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, David.
It recently upgraded. I guess.
I think it did. Yeah. The way that it works.
Test was for?
It was
Steel.
Ob 5.
Ob 5.
Which for both of you does not count as anything.
It's definitely not difficult.
And there was nothing higher than that happened. So
okay.
I wish we did this every episode. I think we'd all be 10 by now.
yeah, we forgot for a while there, which is why I
just
advanced you guys a bit.
We probably just would have gotten here faster. I don't think it'd be at 10.
No.
Yeah, we got some pretty generous bumps last time we talked about steel because we realized we hadn't done.
We also need to be doing discipline every round.
So wait,
yeah,
hold on.
we have completely forgotten about that the entire campaign. So at this point, I'm just gonna ignore it.
I only need 2 more difficult for to level up again and get another magic.
Yeah, go ahead and level up again. Go ahead and do it.
Woo!
Like honestly, everyone at this point can just level up their discipline 1 if you really care about it.
Hey,
is there?
Are you sure?
Did we discuss another?
Before we get too far down this road, I feel like it's too late in the game to.
I wasn't going to unlock another
yeah.
magic. I was going to give the other option was giving like a bonus, right?
I'll grab it again. So if you go plus ultra,
this roll does not count. I'm just checking.
Every time you advance discipline, you may make a challenging discipline test. If you succeed, you get a new discipline.
I thought we said there was another thing you could just do plus one of the magics you already have instead.
I don't think so. I don't see it on
use
this.
magic.
Yeah, I thought we didn't write it down, but I thought we talked.
Yeah, I think I did that because I didn't
Oh,
really
maybe
want a new one. Didn't I?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine then. We can do that.
So yeah, I've already got 4. I don't need
yeah, you don't
one.
need any more. Yeah. So yeah, make a challenging discipline test. So everyone go ahead and advance your discipline by 1. I think you must have at this point. Like we've literally never touched it since we started the game, so it should have advanced by 1. And feel free, you can keep your tests if you'd like to. Just advance it by 1 and keep your tests.
I mean, it's irrelevant. Not going to get 3 challenging discipline tests ever.
Probably not. So Cantarius, go ahead and make a Ob 9 test, and then for all of the rest of you, it's just 1 over. Make that test with discipline.
So
no help, no forks.
Discipline test?
Yep, discipline. Make sure it's advanced by 1 from what it was, and then make the do a test and make the Ob 1 higher than what it is.
And this is to unlock another power?
This is either to unlock a new discipline if you'd like, or we can increase one of your existing disciplines by 1.
It's
saying like 1 more than what your base is at?
Yes, yeah, so you did it right. And David did it right too. So you can spend Artha on the test.
Holy cow, David, that was such a good...
Sorry,
so
yeah.
Lucky.
I should have told you that. You can spend Artha on the test. So you could have spent Persona.
David,
is it too late for me?
You should spend Fate.
Would you guys like to redo the roll and do Artha instead? Yeah. That's fine. So David, you can spend fate if you want to, David. Alphonse, I'm fine with that if you would like to. I don't mind.
Do I have to re-roll or can I just add it?
You know you got to reroll.
Oh, that was such a good roll.
I know. This is the choice you have to make. You can either reroll or you can.
I'm just
I
gonna.
didn't roll
You can
the.
spend fate. Oh, nice, David.
Nice job, David. Yep. So you can increase your potential discipline by 1.
Woohoo.
Can you remind me how the steel test works? You said it was a base 10. Be in the presence of a god. Is that your hesitation?
No. So
Steel
we probably should have rolled a steel test. I think we maybe did last time to be in the presence of the gods. But there's
Let's
also just
go.
passive tests, but just doing things in the game, and even if it's not going to
I can't
mechanically
even
affect
roll a
anything.
challenging.
No, what I'm saying is you get a challenging test for free. That's how it works.
Oh, you mean
It counts as an ob 10 test in for advancement. So you just mark a challenging test.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, both David and Alphonse,
Sweet.
or Dellon and Alphonse get to increase one of theirs by 1.
At
Theo
what point
completely
does
fails.
At what point does a thing become +2 doing it to yourself?
7.
Nice. Spatial is now 7, boys.
Nice. That'll be helpful too when you have to go back and forth from heaven and here.
Yeah.
All right. Connor, did you want to spend any Artha or anything?
I gotta make that
No,
roll
it's
to
too
make Dellon's
low.
sword like a great permanently gratiated.
Well, Connor, I was going to
Yeah.
give you the opportunity if you would like to redo the roll and spend Artha and spend Persona, you can.
No,
Okay, yeah, totally up to you.
good. It's too
You got
high.
a good magic skill.
The odds are too low, and I only have 7 Persona left.
All right, cool. Well, there you go. It's been Crow Inquisitors. Real quick, what is next week looking like? We, in theory, good for next week?
Yep.
I don't think I'll be available next week.
No, next week. Okay, sounds good. Not a problem. We'll come back to Crow Inquisitors probably the week after then. Thanks for playing, y'all. We're out.